evening, football fans, and welcome to our very extra special NFL Draft edition of 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your directory for all that is sports. What's going on, y'all football fans? I hope you're ready, because tonight, this isn't our usual territory. Oh no! There are no primetime face-offs. There are no incredibly good arguments. And there are no recapping of the week and delivering you the picks of what's to come next week like the traditional 3 and Out during the season. However, tonight, we're going to be talking NFL Draft. I know each and every one of you are pumped, because if you weren't, you wouldn't be listening. This is going to be a historic event. Tomorrow, we will get the very first virtual draft. Now, some of you are like, this is ridiculous. I can't stand this. Why? It is what it is. But I'll tell you, at the end of the day, the most special thing about this day isn't the fact that you get to shake the commissioner's hand. It isn't the fact that you get to be at a venue wherever the draft, well, this year would have been in Vegas, but at a venue when the draft is going. Some of them even spend time with their families during this time, which is a great thing. But it's none of those things. At the end of the day, the really special moment is, I would have to say, yes, be with your family. But the moment coach or the GM give you a phone call and welcome you aboard the team, that is the moment that no stupid coronavirus can take away. And that is what we will be getting tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, you might want to buckle up for this one. I'm joined here by two of the biggest football fans on this entire freaking network, Mr. Mike Patt and Mr. Teran Rodriguez. And tonight, we are going to be breaking down the 2020 NFL Draft, complete with mock drafts and all kinds of fun in between. I hope you're ready. Let's do this thing, y'all. You are tuned in live to the official NFL 2020 mock draft edition of 3 and Out, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Oh yeah, baby. You gotta love it. What's going on, y'all? What is good? What is going on with y'all? How y'all feeling? Football. It has been too long. It has just been too long. We got a teaser with the XFL, and now my heart is broken for the entire league. Not just because we not had a good chance of playing the damn thing next year, but on top of the fact that a lot of dreams were kind of, kicked in the nuts because of this, and we have no idea what's going on. Of course, we talked all about that on the Defining Moment, and I even wrote a blog about that on our IE Sports Radio blog. And as you can see, I'm optimistic, and I'm going to continue to be optimistic. So, tonight, we're not going to be sad or none of that nonsense, but I will continue to tell you that, yes, we are going to be optimistic about the return of the XFL. But tonight is not about the XFL. Tonight has something to do with the XFL, because why not, guys? Why not? Why is the XFL... why? Why is the XFL important to bring up at the moment? Well, think about this. A lot of the players that just so happen to get drafted in the last couple of years, well, you're not guaranteed anything. And where'd a lot of those guys end up? And you guessed it, in smaller leagues. And what was a smaller league this year? The XFL. And there are so many names that were signed right after the XFL called it a season, and it was amazing. It was amazing to see so many players like PJ Hall, who I'm so excited for. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I'm going to have the biggest Panther positive rant you can imagine, and I don't really give a crap if you don't like him. Watch me. Watch me do what I do. And argue with me. Please argue with me. Please. Have fun. What's going on, by the way, to Mr. Brandon Buckingham in the chat room? What's going on, brother? Glad to have you aboard. Tonight is going to be a lot of fun, y'all. We are going to have a lot of fun talking about this draft, who we think is going to where, and really, realistically, more than anything, what they're going to do in the NFL, or what we at least have expectations of. That could be right, that could be wrong, but this is the show where we just get in freaking depth. This isn't we think this guy's going to go here. No. We get in depth. Have you ever heard 3-Out College Edition? Yeah, Division 3. Who the hell talks about Division 3? We do. The NAIA, we call it NCAA Division 2, FCS, Triple CAA in California, the NJCAA around the country, everywhere but California. Yeah, if you don't like it, you're listening to the wrong show. We get in depth. So sorry. Tonight is the perfect bridge. Tonight, we talk about that bridge from college into the NFL. And if maybe they'll be sticking around, maybe they'll be headed somewhere else. But I will tell you, these athletes could be on the way to something amazing, and they could also be on the way to the very blessed few years they may be in the NFL. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but I will tell you, the NFL is not. What's what we call it, y'all. All of us who play football, that's what we're known. That's what we call it, y'all. That's what it's known. The NFL stands for not for long, because that's literally what it is. A successful NFL career nowadays is only 4 or 5 years if you were able to, get in there and make some plays and make some things happen. And if you're anything more than that, you're possibly going to be a Hall of Famer, or at least be an honorable mention somewhere, because that's just how it goes. So with that, tonight, y'all, a little introduction there of what tonight is all about and what the draft is all about. So many dreams will come true tomorrow, but who will keep those things going? The chance is there, okay? The opportunity is there, but it's what they do with it, or it's what circumstances hand them, is all the rest. I am welcome here tonight by, as I said, two of the biggest freaking fans on this entire, two of the biggest fans of football in this entire network. Glad to have them both here. One of them used to host 3-Out with me about a year. As we talked about it on air, it's been about a year and a half since him and I have been on air, and it is insane to think that it's been that long. But it's been. And on top of that, the other, he's my co-host for 3-Out College Edition, and me and this guy talk so much college football. We continue to talk so much college football. It's going to be nice, because, like I said, we got the college side, we got the NFL side, and they both mix it and match it as well. One of them may be a little more NFL, one may be a little more college, but at the end of the day, all three of us definitely love the sport of football, college, or the NFL. And, tonight's going to be a lot of fun meeting in the middle. With that said, let's go and welcome in these guys and get into our mock drafts, because it's going to be a whole bunch of fun. Are you ready? Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, he is, as I said earlier, the blog, of course. He is the chief editor of our blog here at IE Sports Radio, and he is about as good as it can possibly get. He had a great show on Monday with, of course, another previous member of 3-Out, Mr. John Felipe. Looking forward to getting him back on as much as we can, and he's got a little tough schedule, a lot like all of us do, y'all. But, welcoming in, he is the chief editor of the IE Sports Radio blog. He is the founder and host of one of the best shows on IE Sports Radio, Let's Wide About Sports, and of course, he's just an all-around football fan who I just love talking football with. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta give it to him. As I always say, should be hosting this show. And you know something? He's hosting his own now. Welcome in the one, the only, Mr. Mike Patt. What's going on, Mike? How you doing tonight, brother?
Hey, Larry B. Happy to be here. And for those of you listening, yes, I can confirm I am drinking wine.
Mike, everybody here at the station, and everybody for sure listens to your show, is for pretty damn sure knows now that you love wine. It's no secret. Now,
well, I just have to make sure, though. We have to confirm, though. We have to be sure that, that this is true.
And you know what? I love it. So here's the deal. Tonight, it's a mini version, Mike. It's a mini version. You gotta tell us, man, what you drinking?
Actually, for those of you who tuned in on Monday, it's actually the same bottle I had. It's the Corny Benham Pinot Noir out of Napa, California. It has aged nicely, for those of you who are wondering, and it still has a nice fruitiness to it.
See, Mike, I'm telling you, every time, man, every time I listen to Mike's show, it's like, I'm not even a wine guy, but at the end of the day, he just makes it sound so gosh damn good that I kind of just want to try it, and it's hilarious because I'm sitting here like, I was contemplating one day what I should get, and I'm like, you know what, this sounds really good. Maybe, you know what, I have an idea. We have a freaking wine expert on the station, so why don't I just reach out to Mike and see what he would say? And wouldn't you know it, I wanted to ask him, okay, because everyone knows, I mean, for everybody who listens to the show, of course, I'm an athlete. I don't drink a lot. It's very few and far in between. But when I do, I definitely want something delicious. I'm a fan of really dark beers. I love Guinness, and I think it's just kind of my thing. I enjoy a good dark beer. And I just think it's kind of funny that one day I reach out to Mike, and he's like, hey, I told him, hey, man, what would you think? What would you think is a really good wine that I can try? That's actually, that's relatable. That is relatable to Guinness with that same kind of punch, that delicious. I was the darker flavor guy, like something like that, and Mike broke it on down. Mike, do me a big favor, man, because I can't explain this better than you did, because his message was so damn dense. It was like tiny, but monstrous. And I mean, it was absolutely amazing how he explained this in such a teeny bit. Mike, what was your suggestion?
Well, so my suggestion to you, Larry, was Petite Syrah, because it's a darker grape, so you get a really dark color, kind of like the beer you want. Darker beers also tend to have a little bit of bitterness, which is going to come with the Petite Syrah, and the intensity you're going to get is going to match kind of point for point.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have yet to grab the bottle, but guess what? Now that the stupid semester is finally over on Friday, I will be ordering a bottle, Mike. Because there's no gosh damn arena football right now. The season was canceled, of course, a few weeks ago, along with every other sport. So I'm not playing anything until the fall, until August. Training camp for us doesn't even start until the beginning of August. So yeah, Mike, I can enjoy a delicious glass of wine. And let me tell you, sir, I'll be ordering that very soon.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
It's going to be awesome. With that said, also welcoming in, he is another diehard sports fan, another diehard football fan here at IE Sports Radio, and he, of course, is this guy wears so many hats. As I've mentioned already, Mike being the chief editor of our blog, as well as 50% of the production side of IE Sports Radio, and the production head. This guy is not only our statistician, because that's what he does. He does a really good job at it. He's the number kind of guy. He loves crunching those numbers. And on top of that, even crazier, this dude not only founded his own show, he's been upholding his own guests. He had two young gentlemen who have very bright futures in the sport of volleyball yesterday on his show, Set Point. He is the founder of our volleyball show, Set Point, as well as one of the heads of our PR department. This guy does it all, man. And you know what? I'm so thankful to have him, and of course Mike, both of them, on part of this network. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is the real deal. And I love bringing him on the show to talk football. It's been a while since him and I have done the show as well. But you know what? Tonight, we will ride as 3 Musketeers and have a fun one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome me, Mr. Teran Rodriguez. What's going on, Teran?
Hey, Larry B. Great to be on here. I'm ready to talk some football. You know, it seems like it's been forever since we've done 3 and Out. Or I've been on 3 and Out, for that matter.
It has been a long time, and I am like, man, I'm telling you, it's been, for 3 and Out, my gosh, it's had to have been, my gosh, it has been I want to say it's been about a year for you as well, Teran, because I think we had you on as a guest last year. Actually, no. Yeah.
I haven't done it. Yeah, I haven't been on 3 and Out since last decade.
Very funny. Very funny. Yeah, very. Where's the laugh button? So, for Mike, it's been about a year and a half. For Teran, it's been a while. But today, well, it's been about, a couple months, 6 months. It was last season. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have some fun. We are going to jump on in to our mock drafts. We got them all here. We're going to be talking about who's going where. But once again, the biggest part is it's not even that. We're going to be talking about these players in general. These are always a lot of fun. Mike and I, this is our 4th year together doing this, I believe. And this has just been awesome. And Teran's going to join the party this year. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be fun. On the other side of this break, when we get back, it is time. Oh, yes. It is time to get on in to the 2020 NFL, well, shall I say, IE Sports Radio NFL 2020 mock draft, I guess you can say. Mock draft. This is going to be a lot of fun. You do not want to miss this. To everybody else out there, if you're listening, awesome. But we want some interaction. So do us a favor. Get in that freaking chat room. Talk to us. Let us know what you think. Let us know who you think is going where. And tonight, we're going to do something even a little more special. We're not just going to tell you guys our thoughts. We're going to be tweeting the gosh damn things out too. So if you're listening in the chat room and maybe you just don't want to make an account and jump in the Spreaker chat room, that's fine. Jump on over to IE Sports Radio, or jump on over to 3 and Out. You can follow us at 3 and Out, IESR. And all of the links, all of the picks, well, those are going to be tweeted out from all 3 of us, every single pick of the first round tonight. I hope you're ready. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a fun one as well. Join in with us. We're going to do our thing. You're listening to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
Hey sports fans, do you like wine? Well, we've got the show for you. This is Let's Wine About Sports, a show where we talk about wine and sports simultaneously. From the classic Cabernet Sauvignon all the way down to the grapes that you've never even heard of before. Oh yeah, we cover it all. And we'll talk about a little bit of sports as well. Football, hockey, collegiate, women's sports, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it all, and we're going to whine about it all. So join me Monday at 8 p.m. on IU Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Motorsports takes many forms, and there's one show on IE Sports Radio that's ready to cover it all.
I sure hope you're talking about you and I, Daryl, because I know the Extra Mile is the best place to go for everything motorsports related.
Yes, it is. From NASCAR to IndyCar to sports cars to everything in between, IE Sports Radio has everything covered for the fastest sport in the world.
Plus, don't forget all of our random shenanigans along the way.
That's right, Caitlin. So for plenty of motorsports coverage and plenty of Caitlinisms, check out The Extra Mile on IE Sports Radio with Daryl Kinsey Jr. and Caitlin Seen, Thursdays at 8 p.m.
everybody? This is Teran Rodriguez. Are you a fan of volleyball? Are you a fan of Thunder Spikes? Then I have the show for you. Set Point, where I cover NCAA men's and women's volleyball, high school boys and girls volleyball, beach volleyball, and even professional volleyball. Catch the action every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Los Great, here to give you what you want, here to give you what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy, awesome white tea. We are coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Wrestling fans in the podcast world, you are in the right place to listen to the right show, the premier show in the professional wrestling podcasting world. This is Ring Rambling Radio, and you are listening to one of the co-hosts. I am Martin Sandoval, a.k.a. the SoCal Saint, along with my two co-hosts, the lovely Felicia and my boy Matt. Yes, every Saturday or every other Saturday morning, you can listen to us, the premier wrestling team, giving you the premier wrestling news, rumors, updates, event discussions, everything that has to do with professional wrestling. You're in the right place. IE Sports Radio presents Ring Rambling Radio. Don't miss it, because it's just too sweet.
From the home plate to the nets, the end zone to the finish line, here nothing is off limits and no sport is safe. Not what it seems, with your host Caitlin Seam, bringing you sports like you've never heard before. Catch me Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, right here on IE Sports Radio. The only question is, are you ready?
Welcome back, football fans. Alrighty, well, all the links are up. We're going to have ourselves a whole bunch of fun because the draft is tomorrow evening. It'll be, actually, we are 23 and a half hours. Okay, if you want to get technical, we're 23 hours and 27 minutes away from the draft. Yes. That is how freaking close we are. And it's going to be a jolly good show. But tonight, we're also going to have ourselves a jolly good show. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. Here's how it's going to go. We'll start us off. I'll say whatever. I'll make my selection real fast. Hand on over to Mike. Finish it off with you, Teran, and there we go. We're going to continue to go round and round and round and round and round. We're going to take breaks in between. We're going to have all kinds of fun. So everybody in the chat room, appreciate y'all so much. Real quick, just want to say big shout out and thank you to Mr. Brandon Buckingham. Of course, to Mr. Ashton and everybody else that is tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Thank you. Let's get to business. So, first overall pick. This is always a fun one because it's so gosh damn predictable. It's hilarious. However, sometimes we may get a curveball. It's been a while since that's happened, but let's just put it together and say this. This year, I don't think we're going to get a curveball, guys. I don't. I think we have the guy who's going first. I am pretty damn sure it's going to happen, and if it doesn't, well, there you go. I don't know what to say. But if it does, well, then I think we all knew. With the first overall pick, the 2020 NFL Draft, and the first pick here on the the first ever IA Sports Radio mock draft, which we've done this for 4 years, but it's the first time we actually had the hashtag for it, so whatever. Let's just go with the fourth one, or fifth one. But I have to go with the guy who is already a Bengal. He's a Bayou Bengal. And, well, I think he'll be trading in his purple and gold for orange and black. Gentlemen, you know where I'm going. I'm going to go with Joe Burrow, of course, out of LSU, going to the Bengals. How can he not? The Bengals know they need a quarterback. Andy Dalton he's done his best. He's given a lot of good years. They couldn't quite get over the freaking first-round hump, which has kind of been a thing that's plagued them for a long time. Coaching has moved around. A whole bunch of stuff has moved around. Unfortunately for them, it just hasn't happened, and they kind of maybe need to go in a different direction. In this case, I'm pretty dang sure they're going to be going with Joe Burrow, and that's pretty much the elephant in the room. Mike, what you got?
I mean, there's no two ways about this, really. I mean, Burrow's been the consensus pick here for months, and no player has managed to kind of quell that hype. So, yeah, I mean, especially after the season he's coming off, just an absolutely historic season he had for LSU last year, leading them to a championship. Looks the part, has the physical tools. Arm strength is maybe the only weakness. He doesn't have, elite, ridiculous arm strength, but he's good. Reminds me a lot of Matt Ryan. That would be my comparison there. So, and I think, if you do a redo back in 2008, I think the Dolphins select Matt Ryan number 1, probably. Fun fact, by the way, I do remember the last time the number 1 pick was not certain, Larry. It was back in 2013 when it was the 2 offensive tackles, Eric Fisher and Luke Jokel. Jokel had been the pick for the majority of the offseason, but then Fisher got some last momentum, and it was really 50-50 entering draft night.
You know what? That's a trip. That was my freshman year that was my freshman year in college. That's my sophomore year, but oh my gosh, yeah, that trip out. But yes, a little nostalgia there, but absolutely. And you know what, this year, once again, ever since then, it's been pretty much just, we kind of know it's in black and white for us, but I'll tell you, that was a fun draft. It really was.
98% sure.
98% sure. I like that. Teran, what you got for us?
Yeah, I've got Joe Burrow going number 1 just because the Bengals need a quarterback. Nah, that's not all of it, but
Andy Dalton
Andy Dalton is unfortunately not the answer. I like Andy Dalton, and he's done a lot of great things. He even prevented the Ravens from going to the playoffs back in 2017. But, it's just not going to cut it for him. Or it was 2018, I'm sorry. But still, it just isn't going to cut it. The Bengals need a bit of change because, it's been way too long since they've won a playoff game. And they've even reached levels of pain that even the Browns, the Cleveland Browns, can even imagine. No offense, Browns fans, but they just need a new change at quarterback. They have promise, and who knows? Maybe Joe Burrow can have the Bengals rivalries with the Browns, Ravens, and Steelers be relevant again. You never know. But honestly, Burrow's number one, and there's no doubt about it. If Cincinnati does something weird and chooses someone other than Burrow, or they deal the number one pick, well, then that might be the biggest plot twist since Kylo Ren.
Which, I'm not even a Star Wars guy, but I did happen to see the last 9. I'm not gonna get into it, but anyway, yeah, that makes sense. Though I feel you. I think I kind of get it, Taryn. I know. Okay. I'm trying.
By the way, Larry, we forgot to mention. So for the first time ever this year as well, we have, and I have in my possession, I'm actually currently tweaking it right now, the first ever group IE Sports Radio mock draft that we have been putting together. It is a combination of the picks of myself, Teran, who is also with us, Jonathan, our guest guru, the Phil Robinson and Phil Jones, and one of our dedicated fans, Jess, who's a 49ers fan, put it all together. So I actually also have those selections available for us as well.
You know what? I love that, and that's right. You did do that. You know what, Mike? Okay, well, do us the honors, good sir. Go ahead and start read their number ones off for us.
So 4 out of 6 of us took Joe Burrow. So 4 out of 6 picks went with Burrow, Teran, obviously, Phil Jones, and Jess. Phil Robinson actually went with Justin Herbert, quarterback out of Oregon, with the number 1 pick. And Jonathan went with linebacker Isaiah Simmons, which I feel like would be an interesting twist if he would be the first overall pick.
Isaiah Simmons. Okay, I got him going pretty high. But did the Bengals really want to... Who are they going to have at quarterback? I mean, that's the problem.
We have to remember, y'all, this is the Bengals.
Yeah.
And they've made weird decisions in the past. So, while we're all pretty certain that's going to be Burrow, really anybody in the draft could be on the table.
You got a point there. You got a point. So it's true. You got the number 1 overall pick, and what are you going to do with it? Well, we'll find out. Also, by the way, Ashton, IE Sports Radio Hall of Famer, went ahead and picked Burrow as well. So thanks for listening, brother. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into pick number 2 here. Once again, the elephant is out of the room. I'm pretty sure for a lot of people, we think Joe Burrow is going to be the guy. Number 2, once again, up for change. Could be Herbert. Who knows? But up for debate. I mean. With the number 2 overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, us here at IE Sports Radio, with the IE Sports Radio mock draft, our 4th one, we have here a team who one of us here knows all well. And because of that, ladies and gentlemen, he is going to lead us off with this pick. Mike, do us the honors, man. Who is your team taking?
Oh, well, okay, so the real honest answer is I have no clue what the Redskins are going to do, because much like the Bengals, they like to surprise people. So, the Washington Redskins, we've got a handful of needs. We've had an okay offseason, not the greatest offseason, but a handful of needs, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. Problem is unless you're going for a quarterback, there's nobody who you really want to go for offensively at the number 2 pick. I don't think so, at least. But there are plenty of premier defensive talents. And Chase Young, defensive end out of Ohio State, is my pick. Premier pass rusher in the class. Instantly upgrades our defense. You can put him on the field with Ryan Kerrigan and just have a nasty pass rush. Montez Sweat, generational guy. Mostly want to take him as well because I do not want the New York Giants to take him a couple of picks later, which would be awful for us being in the same division. But yeah, so Chase Young is my pick, but I also would not object to Jeff Okudah, because we do need a really good corner, or Isaiah Simmons. Both of those guys, no major objections, but I will lean with Young.
You know something? That is a great pick. I also have Chase Young going to the Redskins for that exact reason. You have Kerrigan, which I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully he sticks around. I don't know what they're going to do in that case. But if they do happen to keep him around, you guys have probably one of the nastiest pass rushes in the entire NFL. Montez Sweat's a freaking beast. I was so excited last year. You guys won the draft, in my opinion, last year. And I was so excited for you guys to pick him up. Because now you have Sweat on one side and you have Kerrigan on the other. If you guys add somebody else to that defensive line, you guys already have Payne. Okay, that was a big freaking pickup, 2 out of Alabama. You add another defensive lineman now. You got 4 freaking dudes here. I mean, that could be the entire gosh damn defensive line. Or you can just, like, in and out. I would laugh. If this was me, seriously, I'd freaking throw Kerrigan at the 3 technique all day long. Hell yeah, why not? Put Payne at freaking the 0 and... But you guys, why not? Because you already know Ron Rivera's he loves that 43. I'm a 43 guy myself. I love the 40. I'm actually more of a nickel guy now because I've gotten more into the nickel, the 4-2. But that 43, especially that underlook with the Raiders, to run until the Raiders kind of, cut their head somewhere else. But I'm not going to get into the Raiders right now. Anyway, yeah, with the underlook is great. But if you think about it, Kerrigan at the 3 technique would be absolutely insane. And then you throw Chase Young on the end. Oh my gosh, that pass rush would be ridiculous. I'm hoping that's what happens. Ron Rivera's a defensive guy. He's one of my favorite coaches. He's now with you guys. I think that it's a great pickup, and that's who I'm going to go with as well. So, Teran, what you got?
I have the Redskins drafting Chase Young at number 2 because he's the best player in the draft that's not Joe Burrow. Okay. I'm gonna stop with this whole simple draft. But yeah, honestly, the Redskins defense looks like they need to improve. And did you see last year's game in their season finale against the Cowboys, where I think the Cowboys put up 49 points? Ashton, if you're listening, you're probably getting giddy right now. But yeah, I think the Redskins defense needs a lot of improvement, just because and Chase Young brings a lot to the table, just because he comes from a big-time school, and also because, as I said before, Chase Young is the best player in the draft. That's name isn't Joe Burrow. Probably the best, hands down, the best defensive guy on there. So that's kind of my analysis.
I agree. Jumping in the chat room, by the way, Ashton, I'm telling you, man, Ashton's a Hall of Famer for a reason. And this is why Ashton's a Hall of Famer, because he sticks around, he loves jumping on the shows, he loves me in the chat room. Ashton, big shout out to you, brother, man. Once again, he is our 8th member of the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame, our 8th inductee, that is, out of all 8. And he was currently inducted in the 2019 2019 IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame. So congratulations once again, brother. Glad to have you in the chat room, man. He says here, Young, he's taking Young. He says, of course, he's a big old Cowboys fan, Mike. He says, I don't want your Redskins to get either one of them, but that's not going to happen. The Skins line is going to the Skins line is looking scary. Speaking of Raiders, Larry, can we call them the Las Vegas Dallas Raiders? Why would you ever want to call them that? Correct me up, Ashton. Please, explain. Explain if you can. Please, elaborate in there. But I agree, though. It looks like we're all taking Young, as well as Ashton is also taking Young. So, Mike, who is everybody else in the mock draft taking?
Well, so I'm going to simplify this. I'm just going to go with the final choice, because if I have to go one by one, the show's going to get super duper long. So the majority pick was Chase Young here. He got 5 out of the 6 votes. So
okay. Yep. Who was the oddball out? I want to know.
The oddball out, Jonathan had them taking Jerry Jeudy, which I actually sneakily like, but I don't like it at number 2. Now, if we were to trade back, if somebody wanted to trade up and maybe take a quarterback or Chase Young, and we were to trade back to the middle of the top 10, then I would like that pick.
Jerry Jeudy is a great pick. And later on, guys, what I'm going to do with these wide receivers, you guys are either going to love it or hate it or laugh hysterically. I'm serious. You watch. You guys are going to see later on. So, here we go. On to the 3rd overall pick. The Detroit Lions! A team that had so much promise. And they also have a guy that wears a backwards hat and a giant beard. Matt Patricia is like one of my favorite dudes. Like, he's like one of my all-time favorite players. coaches. Because this guy is amazing. Because he can put together a gosh damn defense like no one's business. I know what happened with him and Darius Slay. That kind of fell apart. Whatever. People don't see eye to eye sometimes. It is what it is. He put so much into that damn defense this year. That Lions defense is going to be nasty. But, unfortunately, they did lose a great player in Darius Slay. I wish him all the best. And I think he went to the Eagles, right, Mike? That's where he ended up going?
Darius Slay, yes.
Yes, went to the Eagles. So, they just got pretty good. I've been a lot better. I mean, I love that. That's a great pickup for them. However, guys, I cannot be serious right now and tell you that they would take anything other than a corner. I don't understand if they would. If they do, then cool. I mean, I know they, maybe the defensive line is a little beef. Offensive line is always a great choice, especially because you're trying to protect Stafford, which is actually proven to be... Some people may have their doubts about it, but he's pretty damn good. But, guys, there's no way I'm not going to have them pick up at number 3, corner out of Ohio State, Jeff Okudah. This guy is freakish. He is freakish. Last year, he looked amazing. He continues to look amazing. His numbers were good in the draft, in the combine. He is just a good player, guys. He is a good player. He's overall just a good player. He seems like a really cool, down-to-earth kind of person, but he just seems like he's textbook. He seems like when he's out there, he kind of sees things before they happen. And how do you do that? You watch your freaking film. He seems like a complete package at corner. He seems like he's a very physical corner. And overall, I just really think that he would fit so well in anything that any scheme that a really good defensive coordinator would put together. And Matt Patricia's just the dude. I think he'll flourish there in Detroit, and he'll really fill that gap of Darius Slay and add to this really good defense he's already put together. So that's what I'm going with, guys. I'm going to go with the Lions drafting Jeff Okudah out of Ohio State. Who you got for us, Mike?
I also have Okudah. He is hands down the best defensive back in this class. Physical tools out the wazoo. Can cover any receiver. Most receivers. Probably not any receiver, but most receivers in the league right now. And Detroit's done a good job of addressing the cornerback spot. Aside from losing Clay, they did add Desmond Trufant and they did add Daryl Worley as well. But at this position, you can't pass on a player like Okudah.
You can't. I wouldn't understand why you would. So I agree with that. And I think, and they say that's the toughest transition to the NFL is corner. It's very, very, very tough. The speed just goes up. I mean, you're covering, guys that were like slot receivers or, 2s or 3s. Well, you're covering 1s like consistently because that's just all there is to it. I mean, it's a very hard transition to make. You're covering guys who are fast, covering guys that could have every single receiver on the field in an NFL game was basically a primary receiver at some point in their college career, more than likely, okay? Like, I'm just saying. And definitely in high school. So I'm just saying, these guys are freakish athletes. And overall, I just don't see this going any other way. I think they're going to take him, and he seems like the most NFL-ready corner in the draft, in my opinion. So, Teran, who you got?
Yeah, I've got Jeffrey Okudah. I'm just going to stop. I'm not going to do the whole simple thing, but, they definitely need to replace Darius Slay. And the Lions do have a promising defense. However, losing Darius Slay really hurt them, and that's why they need to get this Jeffrey Okudah. Definitely the best corner in the draft. And, corners are kind of – good corners are somewhat tough to come by, honestly. And, that would be a big for the Lions, especially being coached by a former defensive coordinator for the New England Patriots being Matt Patricia. So, yes, I definitely see Jeffrey Okudah. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
I completely agree. By the way, big ups to Miss Jess. She jumped in the 3 and Out chat room, of course, on our Twitter. So appreciate you very much, Jess. And also we have here IE Sports Radio Hall of Famer Ashton says, that's why you said that. Okay, that makes sense, Ashton. He says, let's see, Witten, Heath, Malik Collins, Coach. Oh, that's right, Coach Brunelli. I don't know who else is playing around, and it has Dallas Cowboys for life. So, man, or it's Dallas Cowboys for life. What's up, Ashton? Yeah, big old Cowboys fan, but that's right. We do have a lot of Cowboys on our team, especially Witten. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. He's also taking Okudah. It says, please treat Witten well, Raiders fans. To me, the man is the GOAT. He's definitely one of the greatest to do it, and I so glad that we can have a legend like him, and I said it, legend like him on this team. That guy is freaking timeless, and I just love it. I love his his ability and what he can do with the ball, man. That guy's amazing. So, anyway, with that said, Mike, you know the drill, brother. What you got for us?
All right, so 4 out of the 6 mocks had Okuda, so we all agreed there. The other spots, Derek Brown, who would make sense for the Lions as well, and Isaiah Simmons could also go there. So generally speaking, Detroit taking a top defender.
Simmons would be a nice pickup as well, but I don't see them not taking Okuda. I mean, they just lost Slay. It just makes sense. But speaking of Isaiah Simmons, the very next pick, I got this young man going to the Giants. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to give him no big pump up. Ladies and gentlemen, the Giants defense is horrific. The Giants defense has been absolutely Swiss cheese for years. Miss Meg Renee, the lovely Miss Meg Renee, one of the heads of our PR department, along with Teran and Miss Angela Winstead, of course, another IE Sports Radio Hall of Famer. She said one day one of the funniest things I could ever imagine on Twitter. And she put, because this is when they spent all that money on all that defense, and she put $2 million defense, like, I want my money back. Because they spent all that money, and that's what it was, like, $2 million defense, $2 billion defense, or whatever it was. And the defenses have been absolute crap for such a long time. They can't seem to hold anybody. Scheme has been terrible. I mean, they're running man when they should be running zone. They're running zone for no reason. They're trying to put zone blitzes in there, and nothing's working. Like, and it's not because the scheme is bad. It's just the fact that you need to plan your scheme to your players. You can run any scheme in the world, but if you don't have the personnel, the right personnel to do it, it's just not going to work. And this defense has just been absolutely terrible the last couple of years, and honestly, guys, there's no other way around it. I think they need somebody to spark this defense. They got Hernandez last year. Will Hernandez is, a couple years ago. He's been actually a pretty damn good job. He's done a great job for them at guard, and really, these guys have come a long way. They've come a long way, and overall, it's kind of hard to say that they wouldn't take a linebacker. So what's that mean? I'm going to go with Isaiah Simmons, guys. I really do think that they're going to be taking this guy to help out this defense. He played for Clemson. That's a big-time defense. He's a coach on the field. He's a damn good athlete. And overall, guys, I think he's, if not the best, one of the best linebackers in the entire draft. And I just feel like the Giants should pick him. So that's what I got going. All right, Michael, you got
You know the irony here, Larry B, is that, and I remember this from last year's episode, it was also pick number 4 that you and I first disagreed on last year, and so it's almost poetic that this year it would be the first pick that we disagree on. Not that I have anything against Isaiah Simmons. I think he's a phenomenal linebacking prospect, but I have the Giants selecting offensive tackle Jedrick Wills out of Alabama. Now, why? Well, the Giants have a young, upcoming franchise quarterback, Daniel Jones. Nothing will, and this is figuratively kill, although I guess, in football terms, kill as well. Nothing will kill your franchise quarterback faster than poor offensive line play. And the Giants, while their offensive line is better, it still has some holes. But I think this is twofold. I think Wills comes in day one and starts at right tackle, which if you saw this guy's combine, he is a day one starter at right tackle. Some of the best feet I've ever seen from an offensive lineman in the combine. The way he did I don't know the name of the drill, but it's the one where you start in your stance and then you kind of backpedal along the edge and you punch the bags along the way. Ultra smooth.
Yes.
Ultra smooth. And so he comes in day one, starts right tackle, but I think they're also thinking long term, and I think they want to get out from underneath Nate Solder's contract sooner rather than later. So they take a guy like Wills, who can come in right away at right tackle, and maybe a year or two down the road, kick over to the left side and replace Nate Solder at left tackle.
That's actually a very good pick. I would love that, actually, to see that as well. Jedrick Wills is a freaking beast. I think I'm another Dre talking about, but his combine was great. His footwork was amazing. You can totally see how well he moves for such a big guy. And we got a couple offensive linemen in this draft who I really think can be day one starters, and Jedrick Wills is definitely one of them. So great job there, and you're absolutely right. We got a youngster who has 2 master's degrees, by the way, in Chase Daniels. And the guy is just, the guy is a great quarterback, and he has a lot of potential. You throw another offensive line up there, honestly, I wouldn't be mad if they were to take Will. I really don't think I'd be mad. I don't think the Giants fans would be mad if you were to help protect that guy some more. And of course, it's a 2-in-1, because you're not only protecting your young quarterback, you're also opening up holes for one of the beastiest freaking running backs in the league, Saquon Barkley. So that's actually a pretty decent. I like that. So, Teran, who you got?
I have Isaiah Simmons, just, for the same reason, because, for the Giants' defense to improve. Because, have you seen how atrocious that defense was? Man, it seemed like, basically they were basically giving first downs to every team. Well, they were basically like Oprah. You get a first down. 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 I'm pretty sure they need a lot of help on the defensive when it comes to defense. Them being the just as big of a doormat on defense. For the NFC East, it definitely does make sense to pick Isaiah Simmons. However, they do need help on their offensive line because, basically, their offensive line was basically allowing their defenders to, come through and just sack poor Daniel Jones, And, the same problem was for Eli Manning. But, I got Isaiah Simmons.
Great pick.
Just my opinion.
Great pick. I think he'd do a great job there on the defense. We need some spark. But same as that time, like I said, I wouldn't be mad if they were to take Wills. Or worse, actually, another beast. But, okay, so, Mike, who's everybody taking, man?
All right, so 3 out of the 6 votes did go to Isaiah Simmons. So Isaiah Simmons got the nod in the final product. Other picks, obviously, I took Wills. So that was another pick. Another person had offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs, so kind of along the same lines. And the one person who did not have Chase Young going number 2 had him going number 4.
I'll tell you right now, this team, they need help. There's no doubt about it. They need help. They need a lot of help. But you know what? Either of those players...
Well, I will say I can't talk about a division rival sucking when we were so bad we're ahead of them.
Well, there you go. I mean, and I am a Raider fan, but I bash us every chance I get. So there's no... I can talk about whoever I want. But with that said, y'all, great stuff. And I really think those are some good pickups for the Giants. And let's just hope that they pick one of those players and not do something ridiculous. So I think that would be a good start there, Giants. So next up, we have the Miami Dolphins, the 5th overall pick. So overall, y'all, this is another one where I'm just not going to sugarcoat it. There's 2 more quarterbacks that are going to go in the top 10. There's no doubt about it. Joe Burrow, he's got to be the guy going first. And if he's not, well, then one of these other guys could possibly be. But we're talking Justin Herbert out of Oregon, who looked amazing in the Senior Bowl. This guy looked damn good in practice all week long. He looked great. And then he got the young man who his first game ever was in the middle of a gosh damn national championship as a freshman. Came back and won the damn game. That is insane. Okay. Oh, by the way, sorry guys. Gotta jump in the chat room real quick. Let's see here. Ashton says, I think the Giants need to take the tackle, honestly, to protect Daniel. Absolutely. He just forgot how to throw dives in the NFL. Jones, you're cold-blooded, man. But I'll take Simmons. Okay, it says Quills. That's him. It says Quills or not. Quills tank will be ready for the Rook. I gotcha, Ashton. He says, my Cowboys were just average. The life of a Cowboys fan with Jason Garrett. Gotta love the bashing, y'all. Hey, those are true fans, y'all. True fans. We say it because we love them. But overall, this is a toss-up because I feel like these quarterbacks are going to go to these next 2 teams. They have to. How could they not? But in this case, Miami they do need their QB. But who do they go with? Do they go with the youngster who's able to manage games when he was freaking 18 years old and make things happen? Or do they go with a guy who, oh, and by the way, who had a terrible injury, who took away his senior year, and now he's good, but it was a terrible injury that, who knows if that took away from his athleticism? Or a guy who hasn't had any injuries like that, but, he shows a lot of promise, just like Tua. Well, I'm going to have to go with Justin Herbert, because I just feel like it's a big possibility. They're going to want the guy who, if there's two that are pretty damn good, and one had a nasty injury and the other one didn't, to be safe, it's a business, y'all. And there's a big possibility they might just take Justin Herbert. So I'm going to go with Justin Herbert going on over from Oregon to Miami, across the country diagonally, down to from Oregon all the way to Florida. I got him going on over to Miami and actually making a splash now that the AFC East is now officially wide open. Okay, like the Patriots, I don't know. I don't think they're going to be doing so well. I mean, Belichick's still there. They're going to be relevant, but the Bills have gotten significantly better. The Jets' defense is freakish. They just need their offense to get together somehow. And the Dolphins, they could be a quarterback away from being pretty good. I'm just saying, they could be. I'm not saying they are, I'm saying they could be. So, it's interesting stuff. Mike, who you got?
So, I agree with your logic. This pick almost has to be a quarterback. And the reason that is because Miami just doesn't have a franchise quarterback right now. They've got, a decent veteran in Ryan Fitzpatrick, and they have Josh Rosen, who I think we've all counted out at this point. But they need to pick their guy, and I know they've got more first-round picks, but you don't mess around with the quarterback position. You need a quarterback, you've got to get your guy. So I have the poor guy who you're talking about coming off the injury, Tua Tagovailoa here. And here's why. 3 main reasons. Reason number 1, he has been hyped up in Miami since the beginning of last year. So Miami Dolphins fans are already in love with this guy. So, as the organization, it's like, well, I mean, if they already like him, that's a simple solution. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is that because they have that veteran in Ryan Fitzpatrick, and they have Josh Rosen, who can at least be serviceable, he can sit for a year. He can fully recover from his injury. He can learn the NFL playbook, come out in 2021, and be ready and ready to go. And the reason number 3 is because Miami has so much draft capital, they can afford to use a first-round pick, even a top 10 pick, on a guy who has to sit for a year, because they can get instant impact guys with their other 2 first-round picks, their 2 second-round picks. They have 6 picks in the first 70. So if you can get instant impact guys with 3, 4, maybe even 5 of those, then the other one won't even matter. So that's why I've got Tua here. I think his upside is a little bit better than Herbert's, and he's a little bit more of that modern NFL quarterback. That is a great. I mean, hey, it's hard to put these guys 1 and 2 if you have to place them. So I can see your side of it, and you know what, man, that is absolutely something that the Dolphins could do. So I like it. I think it'd be great. Teran, what you got, man?
Oh boy, I'm about to ruffle a lot of feathers, and I'm about to have a bunch of questionable people asking me, what the heck are you talking about, Teran? Okay,
wait a second. Time out really quick, Teran. So, Larry, just so you know, so like I said, everybody, I have Teran's mock draft in front of me because he was one of the 6. So I absolutely know what's about to happen, so I'm just going to throw that out there. Okay, Teran.
Okay, So for the Dolphins are going to select with the 5th overall pick. They're going to select Tristan Wirfs. And now, before you all start typing and saying, "Oh, Teran, you've gone off the deep end. What the heck are you talking about?" I think they can keep it going with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Sure, Ryan Fitzpatrick is old, but he's still got that Fitz magic in him. And also, Josh Rosen deserves a little bit of a chance. Sure, he was kind of a disappointment coming out, but that's because he hasn't really gotten a chance. And also, it doesn't help that his he's had to face the New England Patriots twice in a season and all. And he's had just rotten luck overall, especially getting pancaked by Joey Bosa a couple times in his career. So I think the Dolphins could probably build off of Ryan Fitzpatrick and Josh Rosen. I know everyone's going to probably disagree with me, but that offensive line needs to probably get bolstered up. I think that they'll probably focus on the offensive line, and then if a quarterback falls and is in place to take, then they'll see. But I think sticking with Fitzpatrick and Josh Rosen would be a solid pick. Now, the reason why I actually did speak with a Dolphins fan, and she does not want to have Tua on that team. So that's why I've got Tristan Wirfs going to the Dolphins. Let the hate comments commence.
I'll tell you guys, Wirfs broke freaking records this year in the Combine. The guy is absolutely amazing. I got a chance to see Wirfs play as he and his Hawkeyes absolutely annihilated my stupid Trojans in the Holiday Bowl this year. I got to be there for that. And I happened to, my chick and I happened to sit by freaking a whole bunch of goddamn Iowa fans, which is even funnier, but they were cool people. But, I'm sorry, it was crazy, but I'll tell you what, that was an experience. But yeah, he's a freaking beast, and that's all there is to it. Ash in the chat room says Tua. I don't know about that. I'm going Herbert. Going Herbert here. I think he was referring to me when I was looking like I was leaning towards Tua. But all right, so he's taking Herbert. Marcus, what's up, brother? Marcus Loves Great in the chat room says here. He says, shout out to my boy Larry. Hey, shout out to you too, brother. He says, and the whole 3 and Out fam all day. Let's see. He says, let's talk about those Niners. Well, we'll get there in a little bit. Marcus, you have no idea what I got coming to your Niners, man. And if this happens, you guys might just do it this coming year, man. Because that's a good football team. Marcus says, whoa, touchy subject there, Larry. Tell me, man. Tell me what the touchy subject is here. Let me know. He said, Fritz Magic. No, Marcus. No. But I'll tell you right now, that's a good pickup, personally, Teran. I think that's a good pickup. And if they were to pick him up, if that were to happen, guys, you know what? More power to the Dolphins. Good stuff. So, all right, Mike, take us away, man.
Alrighty, so 3 of the votes in our group mock did go to Tua, so Tua ended up getting the pick. 2 of the votes went to the 2 people that did not have Joe Burrow going number 1 overall. Actually had Joe Burrow going here, which if he does not go number 1 overall, that would definitely be a phenomenal pick. And then we had Teran with Tristan Wirfs, which is not as illogical as you might think. There are other good quarterbacks that Miami might be able to get later on in the first round, so it might not be out of the question to see them not go with a quarterback at 5.
Not a bad. You know what? I can see that. I could totally see that. If they feel that that's the point, or if they feel that would be the help, then I think so as well. So, all right, on to pick number 6. And you guys want to know who that pick is? It's the Los Angeles Chargers. And you know who's a diehard Chargers fan? Mr. Teran is. Teran, you do the honors, brother. Take it away, man.
All right, so who I've got going number 6 is Tua Tagovailoa, or Tagovailoa. So the reason, okay, hear me out, everybody. I know Tua is a risky pick, but the Chargers seem to be all in with Tyrod Taylor. Yes, it's pronounced Tyrod, not Tyrod, yes. Unfortunately. So yeah, it's looking like that Tua is going to be on the bench for the most part, unless the Chargers trade away Tyrod or Tyrod gets injured. It just feels so weird saying Tyrod and not Tyrod. So anyway, and also Easton Stick isn't really going to be the answer for the Chargers as well. So why not go with Tua? And the funny thing is that Tua's coach at Alabama pretty much said that he's pretty much describing if teams were to miss out on Tua, or pass on to it, they'd be describing it as missing out on Drew Brees. And guess where Drew Brees went to? The Chargers. Coincidence? I think not. So, yeah, that's why I've got the Chargers going with Tua. Let him heal up for a year. And, if you have to break him out for emergency, just get him out.
I'll tell you something, guys. If that's the case, okay, I gotta say, I definitely agree. My number 6 overall pick, I'm taking Tua to the Chargers. Why would you say I'm taking him there? Well, it's very simple, y'all. The Chargers, who do they have now? There's nobody there. I'm sorry, Taylor. It's not like he's a bad quarterback. But who knows? Competition's also a great thing, so that could spark him to be extremely good. We don't know that. But what we do know is this team does need somebody behind center because they don't have anybody that's going to be extremely, right now, just pop out at you, okay? So overall, let's just be realistic here. You're right. Easton Stick, I give that guy so much freaking props, though, man. He's the second guy to come out of North Dakota State, the team who has just done amazing things. They've won freaking 9 out of the last year, or 8 out of the last 9 years. Okay, national championships at the FCS level. I mean, can you guys just come up to freaking single A already, please? Can you please? Like, I don't know what they'll play in. If they'll play in the freaking. Yeah, that's a good question where they would play in, what conference if they were to go. But anyway, that's for another day. But I'm just being real. This team certainly needs something there to feed that fire the way that Phillip Rivers did. Because I love him or hate him, Phillip Rivers, I will always say, okay, as a diehard Raider fan, I will always say that he's one of my favorite quarterbacks of this entire era, and one of my favorite quarterbacks, because the guy is amazing. He made things happen, guys. He didn't have a freaking consistent offensive line for pretty much his entire career, okay, at San Diego / Los Angeles. And what happened? He still did pretty damn good. So overall, y'all, I don't think that's a bad idea. I think Tua would do a great job there. And as I tweeted to Teran, I think he could be that quarterback to take them to their first Super Bowl. I don't know if it's going to be soon. It may be later on. It may be in a few years. It may take a while. But if the Chargers are going to win one, they can definitely have a quarterback, at least a quarterback, to mature and grow in the system and possibly be that guy. So I'm just saying. Mike, who you got?
Well, I also have a quarterback, but it's the quarterback that you just had going to the Dolphins at 5, Larry. It's Justin Herbert. The Chargers, new city in LA. They just moved, last year before last year? They moved recently. And, most of the time franchises move, they need something to kind of excite the fan base, something to get people in the seats. Well, what better than taking a quarterback in the top 10? And I do feel sorry and you know what? I know you've said it's Tyrod, but I'm going to say Tyrod. If he wants to come fight me about it, he can do that. But I just can't say Tyrod. That's just no. And I feel sorry for him because 2 years ago he signed and got traded to Cleveland, and Cleveland took Baker Mayfield number 1 overall, and he got benched after 3 games. Well, now he's in LA, and the Chargers are probably going to take a quarterback in the top 10, and he may, depending on who the quarterback is, he may or may not get benched again for another top 10 pick. So that's unfortunate for him, but Justin Herbert, number 6 to the Chargers.
I like it. And by the way, thank you, Marcus, for verifying what you were talking about, Trojans. Yeah, that was a complete crap show. That pissed me off. But yes,
I will say this, Larry. Sorry to cut you off, but I will say if Tua does go to the Dolphins, then I definitely see Justin Herbert going to the Chargers. That's just what I say.
It could happen. So in the chat room, by the way, we have here Marcus saying, when did Tua become so risky? Or a risky pick? Yeah, he's right. ESPN is doing smokescreen coverage and messing with the kids' money. Yeah, but Bo Jackson had a similar freaking, I know they're not the same, I'm saying, that's a pretty nasty injury. Does that mean it's going to ruin him? No. But once again, it's just the fact that it's a business. And when you see something that's damaged, but it's still pretty good, or you see something that's not damaged at all, you might just go this is a big, you're giving tons of money. This is your franchise. So I just see that from the business standpoint. I think he's going to do great wherever he goes, personally. But it's just, I'm just looking at it from that business standpoint. So Marcus says, if the Chargers are serious, they sign Cam Newton and draft a lineman. That wouldn't be bad. But
I will interject and say that sorry, Larry, sorry to interrupt you again, but I will interject and say that Chargers would have signed Cam Newton by now. So, other than that, I kind of agree with Marcus, but, the Chargers would have done that right now. So they're kind of all in with Tyrod. And yes, I will say Tyrod just because it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. By the way, let's see here. Also, Marcus says here Herbert is a horrible pick. He said this earlier in a tweet, and I didn't mean to not say anything, Marcus, but I don't see the comparison, man. He says basically Joey Harrington. He sees Joey Harrington in Justin Herbert, and I just don't see that. Like, how the hell do you even make that? Joey Harrington wasn't really all that good. I mean, he did nothing in Detroit, and I mean, it just wasn't. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know the kind of comparison you're trying to make, and that's okay. I can respectfully disagree with you. I have no idea why you would make that comparison, but hey, it's what it is. I think he's way more athletic than Joey Harrington was, but. Once again, though, we don't know. Watch Marcus be correct. I'm just saying, y'all. So, alrighty, Mike, who's everyone taking?
So the pick here is Justin Herbert again. He got 3 out of the 6 votes. 2 people went for Tua, who in the draft is technically already off the board, so he's disqualified. And 1 pick to Jedrick Wills for offensive tackle. So there you go. The potential of the Chargers taking an offensive lineman.
I like it. You know what? That's a big possibility, too. I mean, once again, if they were to take Cam somehow, which, Teran, I agree that if they would have wanted him, they would have taken him already. So I can definitely agree with that. But good stuff. So, okay. Well, we are now on to pick number 7, and that is the Carolina Panthers, who have just had a hellacious couple of years. They have fallen apart miserably, and they did so bad to where they had to let go of Riverboat Ron, which I completely 100% disagreed with. I thought that was very stupid, but is what it is. Unfortunately, Luke Kuechly, he has had enough. His body has taken a beating, and he was drafted a Panther. He was always a Panther, and he retired a Panther. And thank you. Where's that applause button at? One of my favorite linebackers to watch of this past decade. You're amazing. Thank you, Luke Kuechly, for balling the way you did, man. That guy is awesome. Great player that I looked up to. He's an amazing linebacker. But hey, the game will beat you down, and that's all there is to it. And I'm glad that he was able to give us all those great years of great football. But the Panthers just fell apart. There's nothing there. DJ Moore is amazing. The guy's a great athlete. But overall, I mean, McCaffrey, you have another great player there. But what do you have to build on right now? It's so hard. They need a lot of work. Well, insert my nice little blog. I'm not going to go in detail. If you really want to read this thing, go on to iesportsradio.com, click on blogs, scroll down, you see the giant panther head, which I gave credit to, by the way. Got to cite our sources, just saying, where we got our images. But go read why I think the Panthers are going to be amazing. I wasn't going to go off and have my little rant today, but we're taking too much time. I don't want to go too far into it. But overall, guys, I just got to tell you right now, there's no way the Panthers will be terrible this year, and if they are, well, then my freaking bad. But I think they're going to be at least middle of the road. I mean, come on, man. Coach, PJ Hall, reunite, Teddy. I'm just saying, you got a high draft pick. Ladies and gentlemen listening, I do believe that the Panthers could really be on their way. Disagree with me all you want to. I really, really think that they have a promising future coming up. So, with that said, the 7th overall pick in the 2020 NFL draft, I am going to go, and this is kind of crazy. Maybe not. Maybe some of you won't think it's crazy. I don't know. Personally, I just think they have their quarterback now. I know some of you are saying, well, we got to get a linebacker to replace Luke. You have to. But gosh damn it, you got an offense. You have an offense now. You know, I mean, you have Teddy and freaking PJ. Okay, you have a pretty decent foundation now. So build that line. And this is where I see offensive linemen out of Iowa, Tristan Wirfs, the man who broke all these freaking records, freak of nature combine. I see him go on and over to Carolina and helping that offensive line and just being absolutely amazing and doing his thing. So that is just how I feel. I think that he would be a great addition to this line. I think he'd be a great addition to the entire team, of course, and I just think he'd really, really, really do well there. So, all right, who you got, Mike?
So, Larry, you'll find this entertaining. There was actually a version of my mock draft I had, I think, pre-free agency, where I actually had 4 straight offensive tackles going Chargers, Panthers, Cardinals, Jaguars. So at one point, I did actually agree with you that the Panthers are going to go offensive line, but I think they go with... I Isaiah Simmons, I think I'm the last person on the planet that has him going this low at number 7. But if he's still on the board, that would be an amazing pickup for them. And it's my homage to John Felipe. When he was on my show on Monday, he said that Isaiah Simmons would be an awesome dream pick for him, as would Jeff Okuda, but he does not believe either of them will be there.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I think this team they're on their way, and any of those picks are going to do a great job. But you know what? Great job there. And honestly, I think you do a really good job on the defense as well. So once again, 2 great picks that could really go either way to help this team out. Teran, who you got?
I have Derek Brown going to the Panthers. And the reason being is because I think the Panthers defense has fallen off. I just definitely think they need to improve defensively. They have good offensive options, but, defensively, they left a lot to be desired last year. And in a division where you're going to be facing the Saints twice, you're going to be facing Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers twice, and then the Falcons are still pretty good as well. So your defense is going to need to be bolstered. So definitely need to boost up on that defense. Some people disagree with me, but that's the fun of this. So I got to go with Derek Brown.
Well, Derek Brown is a freaking beast. If I'm not mistaken, guys, I think he was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know if one of you want to check that for me. But I remember hearing that in Pro Bowl practice this year, and he's a damn good athlete, guys. Like, he's, in my opinion, the best defensive lineman in the entire draft. I mean, he has to be. The guy is a damn monster. He's a great athlete. I just don't know if they take him. But once again, he could also help out that defensive line. This team has a lot of gaps to fill. I'm not trying... The defense is going to hurt for a little bit. That really is. I think they're going to turn this thing more into an offensive machine, which... probably my Raiders, which I don't want to admit it, but is what it is. I love defense, but whatever. But anyway, that's what I feel right now. So, right now, we got me taking Wirfs, Mike going with Simmons, and Teran going with Brown. So, Mike, who's everyone else taking?
Well, so this one was, interestingly enough, almost a completely split decision across the board. Only one player got 2 votes, and that was Derek Brown. Teran's pick there. I took Simmons, obviously. Wide receiver was actually a popular choice. Both CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy were mentioned at this pick. And also, Larry, to confirm you, yes, Derek Brown did win SEC Player of the Year this past year. And for the record, I'm just looking at a list now. Probably about 7 of the past 10 winners of SEC Player of the Year have gone on to be impactful NFL defenders. So there's a good vote of confidence.
That says so much, and it's so true. But back to the chat room here. Marcus says, does Carolina have their franchise quarterback, or do they draft one? That's a good one. I don't know. I think Teddy's their guy. I really do think Teddy's their guy. And if not, they got freaking PJ right behind him. I think they're pretty good at quarterback for right now. So, and yeah, they're just having some fun in the chat room. So we appreciate you guys. We're going to keep moving along, though, because the time is clicking, and we got to keep it going, guys. So, okay. On to the 8th overall pick. We have here the Arizona Cardinals. Well, Arizona, personally right now, there's no other way to go. They have their quarterback now. Kyler Murray is a freaking beast. We knew he was going to go number 1 overall, and well, he did. And guess what? They're not the number 1 overall pick anymore, but they're number 8, which doesn't mean they're that much better. But at least they have the right guy behind center. I think he's their guy. Overall, what do you want to do? Protect him. And that's really what I think is going to happen. I'm going to go with Jedrick Wills here. Jedrick Wills Jr. out of Alabama to go, because once again, you need to protect this guy. He can open up so many lanes. He is such a versatile quarterback. He can pull it down and go. He's like a Lamar Jackson, guys. He'll pull that ball down if he sees a lane open and go. If you get a good offensive lineman out there to help, just give him a few seconds, this guy can make a lot of things happen. That's why I think Jedrick Wills Jr. should be the guy there. I really do think that he would be a very good pickup in Arizona, and I think that honestly he'll help spark this offense pretty damn good. So just my pick, guys, just my thought. He's extremely athletic. The combine, he was freaking amazing. His footwork was great. I forgot what his 40 was, but he's a very tough individual. I really do like him to go to Arizona. Mike, what you got?
So I agree with you on the offense line front, but I have Tristan Wirfs going to the Cardinals at pick number 8. You said it. You hit the nail on the head, Larry. You got a nice franchise quarterback. Now you need to protect him. Right tackle has been a gaping hole for the Cardinals for a couple of years now, and I think Tristan Wirfs slots right in there. I think he can play multiple positions. I think he could also contribute at guard early, but with his movement skills and his feet, you want him on the edge where he can use that athleticism.
Absolutely, and we're right in the same area, man. So, I mean, I'm with you there. If I would have put in, what do you call it, him earlier, then I would have went with Wirfs as well. I mean, this guy, but this guy at quarterback, okay, Kyler Murray, he needs some protection, and seriously, I am all with it. Teran, who you got?
So, I kind of whiffed on this one. I wasn't, this one's going to be completely different. This is going to be really different, but I kind of went with K'Lavon Chaisson, an edge rusher, which, yes, I understand, the Cardinals don't really need defense, but I think their defense kind of needs to be bolstered because, again, they play in a very tough division, being the NFC West, where the 49ers have a really high-powered offense with Jimmy G, George Kittle, Matt Breida, Mostert, all of those guys. The Seahawks have Russell Wilson, and then the Rams are still pretty good offensively. They're not as good as they were the past few years, but, I think, the Cardinals defense are going to need to be boosted up. So hopefully that's who I've got going. I've got K'Lavon Chaisson going to the Cardinals. Random pick, but, that's just me,
Well, okay. We can't get too hung up because we only got 138 left in the clock here to go. But honestly, that's not bad. I mean, they don't have Calais Campbell there for damn sure. And, I mean, they do need somebody to help out on the edge, which that's different. I wouldn't think that's who they would go with first, but...
And we have to remember, guys, there's always that one pick in the top 10 that's completely a surprise. So, it coming at 8 with Arizona is completely reasonable.
I mean, Arizona has a really good offense. Like, their offense is really dynamic with Kyler Murray, him being mobile, and then, having great cat receivers such as Hopkins and Kirk, but I think their defense once again their defense needs to be improved, and if so, then they can make some noise in the loaded NFC West because the NFC West coast is the best coast.
Well, I'll tell you right now, K'Lavon Chaisson's a pretty damn good pass rusher. He has very good technique, very good skill. He can get to the quarterback. Great player, but it's kind of early. They can probably pick him up later. But I can totally see your logic, Teran. That's actually not a bad pick. So, I gotta know. Mike, who's everyone else taking?
So, 4 out of these 6 picks, and this is the last time I'm going to break it down because after this pick, it gets real wonky. I'm just letting you all know that now. It was kind of interesting to sort through basically from 9 on down. But 4 out of the 6 picks went with Tristan Wirfs, offensive tackle out of Iowa, with Teran taking Chaisson, and then one pick went to Mekhi Becton, offensive tackle out of Louisville. So offensive line, definitely a focus here. Oh, and Larry, just for the record, Jedrick Wills, 5.05 40-yard dash, 5.05.
You know what? I knew he was up there somewhere. That's how much does he weigh, real quick? But he's a big boy. He moves for a big boy.
He weighed in at 312.
Gosh damn it. And you know what? You need that. You need it, guys. You need it. Because I'm telling you guys right now, I mean, I'm a freaking 5'9", 235 pound on a good day, defensive end, outside linebacker.
When you drink enough water?
When I drink enough water, and my power is immense. That's why my coaches love it, because I am so gosh damn powerful. I'm low to the ground. I can drive a big boy backwards. If you don't have over 300 pounds of girth on you, there's a big chance I'm going to push you on your ass, and that's all there is to it. So you need to have a big boy that weighs. You have to be over 300 pounds nowadays, but to be athletic as that's a different type of machine. So I think that is amazing. Hell of a player. So I really do think
And for comparison, Tristan Wirfs, 6'5", 320, ran a 4.85.
That is impressive. I'm just saying, that is pretty freaking awesome.
Both phenomenal athletes. Both amazing athletes.
Absolutely. No, I definitely agree. So, okay. So, let's go ahead and get into the chat room real quick. Got a little speed now, because as soon as we get to 10, we got to start rolling. But, let's see here. Oh, you guys are just having all kinds of fun in the chat room, aren't you? You guys are awesome. We call it the Christian Ponder pick. What? No, excuse me. Okay, we gotta move. Teran, do me a favor and find out why Marcus said Christian Ponder. I gotta know that already. Wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to pick number 9. Pick number 9, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars here. Overall, guys, this guy had one of the best freaking 40s I have ever seen by a big boy. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with me either. Okay, Mekhi Becton out of Louisville is like a defensive lineman who's just really big and like has happened to put an offensive line. Like, you're actually pretty good here. And he's just really good. The guy has great feet. He's strong as shit. He's really fast. He is impressive in everything he does. This guy can really make some noise somewhere. Jacksonville, they just went ahead and said, hey, Foles, we don't need you. Peace. And he's going to go to the Bears and watch him do great things there. Just my opinion. But they're going to stick with Gardner. Okay, Gardner Minshew's the guy there. The defense needs a lot of work, we know that. But overall, you have a running back that's pretty damn good, and you guys have a quarterback who you guys really believe in. What do you want to do to him? You want to protect him. And that is my statement. That's where I'm at. This guy is huge, y'all. Becton is 6'7", 340 pounds. That is a big freaking dude. That is a big freaking dude, okay? And the way I forgot his 40. I seriously did. Is one of you please, can you look it up for me real quick? But this guy's 40 was amazing. He was amazing. This guy's going to make some noise wherever he goes. I can see him wearing those Jacksonville colors. That tealish kind of color in black and gold, and I don't know, that's their helmet was last year, or 2 years ago. But anyway, with that said, Mike, who you got, man?
Well, real quick, Mekhi Becton, 5'1", 40-yard dash, so pretty much right along the same lines as Dietrich Wills there, despite weighing, at the combine, weighing about 50 pounds heavier. I went with Derek Brown, defensive tackle here, a really powerful defender and a strong defender. Jacksonville lost Calais Campbell this offseason. Well, they traded Calais Campbell. I shouldn't say, they lost him. They just straight up, basically gave him away for almost nothing. And then they also released Marcel Darius. So they've lost some defensive line talent. There's also a chance they may trade Yannick Ngakoue before the season starts. So they're going to need some good young defensive line talent, and I think Brown's just too good of a value to pass up here at 9.
He's a great player, and I really do think that he's amazing, guys. Derek Brown is a damn good player, so he can make some noise. I agree. All right, who you got, Teran?
So for number 9, I've got Javon Kinlaw going to the Jaguars, because last year the Jaguars' defense was very, very, very bad. One game I remember the Jaguars actually just flopping on defense was the game against the Chargers, where I think the Chargers put up like 50 or something, or close to 50. Either way, their defense needs definite improving. I think even Tyrod Taylor even got a touchdown as well. So yeah. So definitely Kinlaw needs to go. I got Kinlaw going to the Jaguars. I'm not too far off with Derek Brown and Kinlaw going to separate teams, but I just think the Jaguars draft Kinlaw. But yeah. Well,
there's no secret. Kinlaw is actually a very good athlete. I got him going in the first round as well. Overall, guys, I mean, I don't think anybody can really doubt this guy's athletic ability. He is certainly somebody who I'm going to talk a little bit about when I get to him on my draft. But overall, guys, he's a great player, and he also comes from the same place that who is that guy again? Oh, that's right, Clowney and Ingram both came from. Yeah, guys.
By the way, Larry, if you're wondering about Christian Ponder, he is a quarterback that, according to Marcus, is a guy in the draft who was drafted in the first round who had no business being drafted in the first round, which, I disagree with that. I think Chasen deserves to be drafted in the first round. I gave Marcus minus 20 points for that.
Oh, you minused his points, huh? Oh, you guys crack me up. But all right, who you got? Who's everybody got, Mike?
through some interesting gymnastics, the pick actually ended up being Javon Kinlaw, agreeing with Teran here. It was a tie between Kinlaw and Brown, but Derek Brown was already off the board, so we defaulted to Kinlaw.
Well, that sounds about right. So, overall, guys, I just gotta tell you right now, the 10th overall pick is here. And, actually, no, let's go ahead and get onto the chat room, because I already know a lot of you guys are going to be talking. Let's see who you guys are taking. Let's see. Kinlaw's a freak with nice reach, but knee tendonitis issues. Does he go that high? Good analysis there, Ashton. That's actually kind of tough. I'm telling you guys, it's that business standpoint. It's the gosh damn business standpoint, and I don't know. Marcus said I would still pick him. He's a good player. I wouldn't let that bother me either. But it would suck if it came back to bite you. That would suck. But overall,
well, and to the point you made in the intro, Larry, is that nowadays if you get 5 to 6 good years out of a player, that's considered a win. So if he can give you 5 to 6 really good years at a defensive tackle, is that worth the first round pick? I think that's what teams are going to have to weigh.
And I stand corrected. I completely agree with that. And if he can be that guy, I do agree that if you can get some years out of him like that, you get what you pay for. And if you can get a good 7 years out of this guy and have him hopefully piece together a good team around him or a good defense around him within the next coming years and make a good run, you know what? That's really all you can ask for. And that's just how it goes. So good stuff there. I like it. So pick number 10. The Cleveland Browns! Oh, no. Overall, guys, the Cleveland Browns are just a team that has a lot of issues. But what are we going to do? You're going to try and help them out. I think they had the best offseason the last 3 years running. Well, minus last year. But 2 years in a row, they had a great offseason. Guess what? Not this year. Sorry. But can they do it? Can they make us a run here with a good player? I think they'll get a good player overall to help the defense out. Offense, I don't know what the hell's going on offensive wise. I thought Baker was your guy. What happened? I don't get it. But on the defense side of the ball, they have a chance here to pick up somebody really good, and I believe that this is where Derek Brown will go. He will head on over from Auburn to Cleveland. You see now that Myles Garrett is back and everything was good. And, well, guess what, guys? Putting him there, 3 technique or 0, I think he's the 0. I think he plays the 0 technique or the 1, depending on their alignment. But overall, if he played 3 technique, that'd be amazing because he's a freaking beast. And putting him out there along with Myles Garrett, seriously, this is a very good defensive line, and I think they can make some noise. So, Mike, who you got?
Well, so Cleveland has been toying around with their left tackle position in particular for a couple of years now. Well, since Joe Thomas retired. They still haven't found the answer. There are rumors that they're actually interested in trading for Trent Williams with the Washington Redskins, which would be phenomenal for them. But if they can't pull off a trade for an offensive tackle, then they're going to need to address that now. So I have them going with Andrew Thomas, who I have been on his bandwagon since before the season began. I think in terms of a left tackle, he is probably the most immediate impact player. I think long-term, guys like Dietrich Wills and Mekhi Becton might end up being better tackles than him, but I think right away, year 1, he's probably your best option to fill in at left tackle because he's a 3-year starter. At Georgia, at left tackle, was an All-American, so he comes in with the experience. He has excellent size, good feet. He actually had a pretty good combine. Most people overlook him because the other guys had better combines, but he was actually pretty solid at the combine, and he reminds me a lot of Ronnie Stanley from the Ravens, who is a Pro Bowl caliber left tackle.
That is a very... Damn. You're going to throw that name out there, Mike. You got to back it. I mean, that is huge. Oh my gosh, that is huge. If you're gonna relate somebody to somebody of that caliber, you think highly of them. That's a great pick. I think that's a great pick. So,
he was actually one of my favorites to go to the Redskins before we ended up at number 2. When we were like kind of floating around the 5, 6, 7 range, he was the guy who I would have wanted.
He's a freaking beast. I mean, he's a proud dog, and he did great things at Georgia, man. He played for Kirby Smart. Kirby, I'm a fan of Kirby. Some people don't like him, or some people will say whatever about the guy, but you can't, how are you going to hate on Kirby Smart, man? This guy, he's exactly his last name. He's smart. The guy brings together great football teams, and he really does help produce some great players, and this guy right here, man, Andrew Thomas is a freaking monster. That's a great pickup, Mike. I didn't even think about offensive line, but honestly, that's a great pick. So, Teran, who you got?
For the number 10 pick, I have Mekhi Becton going to the Browns because let me tell you, this dude is a big boy. You know, this dude's 6'7", 368. This dude is a friggin' monster. You know, he is going to protect Baker Mayfield with all that they've got, with all he's got. And, you know, I think the Browns definitely do need help when it comes to their line, considering, Baker Mayfield, needs all the protection. Sure, he's a mobile quarterback, but, I just think that, he doesn't get the protection that he needs. And, in a division where you're facing the Ravens and the Steelers, with those two being talented, you definitely need all the defense or offensive line support you can get.
I agree. That'd be a good pickup for them. I really do think they would make him. It would go a long way with him being selected there. So, Mike, who we got?
Well, okay, so fair warning to everybody. Interestingly enough, our mock draft is actually going to mirror Teran for the next several picks. That's just kind of the way it worked out. So this pick is Mekhi Becton, offensive tackle out of Louisville.
Great pick that is. So, we are officially halfway through the show, and we got to get through a lot of picks. 22 more picks, so we got to pick it up just a little bit, guys, but let's do the damn thing, y'all. So, let's go to the chat room real quick. Yeah, Kirby's smart, or Kirby's a good defensive coach, but not a good head coach. I disagree, Marcus. I really do. I cannot disagree with you more on that. But, once again, it's respectful. He's a hell of a coach, and honestly, watch him do his thing. And look at Ashton says, I can't believe the top 3 receivers are still there. Judy, CD, and Ruggs. Well, don't hold on to them too long there, Ashton, because we're coming with the 11th overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. I have the New York Jets, Gangrene, selecting guess who? Wide receiver out of Alabama, Jerry Jeudy. Robbie Anderson is no longer there. They're going to need some kind of help. I forgot who else is signing for agency. Regardless, I don't really care. Jerry Jeudy is a youngster. He's a hell of a player. I really do think Darnold's going to have a good weapon in this guy, and I think that they're going to make the move to pick up Jerry Jeudy. Who you taking, Mike?
I actually happen to agree with you, Larry. I think Jerry Jeudy's the pick. I think the Jets need a true number 1 receiver with good hands who can run the entire route tree, and I think Judy's going to be their guy.
I couldn't agree more. I think we definitely agree. Teran, are we going to go across the board?
No, we're not.
Oh, gosh damn it.
No, unfortunately, I have, for my 11th pick, I have the Jets selecting Andrew Thomas. Ooh. Why? Same reason, just to protect Sam Darnold. Because does anyone remember the Monday Night Football game between the Jets and the Patriots? That dude got sacked so many times. He was seeing ghosts. He really said, "I'm seeing ghosts." So unfortunately, I went with Andrew Thomas. Nothing against the Jets, but they need more protection. So, and it may be questionable selecting a guy from Georgia, but you can't go wrong with any protection.
I completely agree with you. So, all right, who's everybody else got, Mike?
Well, it's interesting because 4 different people picked a receiver at this spot for the Jets, but all 4 of them picked a different receiver. So by default, the majority pick ended up being Andrew Thomas because he got 2 votes and everybody else got 1.
What the hell? That is awesome.
I'm a trendsetter.
So even though 4 people wanted a wide receiver, the pick ends up being Andrew Thomas. By the rules, I made the rules, but I also have to follow the rules.
You know what, man? That's a great pick. I love it, and honestly, that's incredible. So let's go ahead and roll on, guys. Next up, the 12th overall pick. Well, looky here. It's my beloved Do I say it now? Do I say Las Vegas or do I say Vegas? Because don't forget,
you have to, man.
The Vegas night.
Oh, okay. Either or works. Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. By the way, let's see here. He is also one hell of a recruiter. No, he is. Thank you, Marcus. No. Thank you for saying that, because that's what I think makes him a really good coach, Marcus. Really, he is a hell of a recruiter. Guys want to play for him. He's a player's coach. He's a good guy. He's a cool cat. He's a lot like, in my opinion, a lot like Coach O, like Ed Orgeron. You just want to play for him. He's a great person, great cool person. Like, so I like that. He's a damn. I hope not. I'd feel bad for Judy. Couldn't get the ball to Anderson last season. Well, that's a good assumption there. Marcus said Niners trade pick. So Ashton says, there they go. I'm liking the board so far. Need C.J. Henderson to fall to 17. Oh, could you imagine C.J. Henderson going to the Cowboys? Anyway, okay, so it's my beloved Raiders, everybody. Yay. I'm just kidding. Okay, so anyway, look, I'm going to keep this really short. Here we go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds. Okay. Hey, guess what, everybody? The Raiders, we're back. And we have John Gruden, who wants to load us up with receivers and make us an offensive team. Whatever. I guess we still got to win, but winning 60 to 50 is going to kind of suck. Anyway. Okay. Cool. So we are looking at wide receiver, in my opinion. I do believe that's the direction we're going to go. It's John Gruden. As long as we can score 1,000 points, if we give up 995, I guess we're cool. So, whatever. So, here we go. I'm going to go with the Raiders selecting wide receiver out of Oklahoma, CeeDee Lamb. He's a freaking monster. He is a great athlete. The guy has great hands. He looked great in the Combine. He looked great last year. He looked great in everything he does, man. He looked good in the Senior Bowl. He is a great athlete. Overall, short and sweet, we got Renfro. Okay, Hunter Renfro is there. Add him to the mix. Okay, we got some other good receivers too. But I'm just saying, young talent, young receivers, guys, I think the Raiders are going to be looking at a facelift at the wide receiver position. We got Mariota now. Know who's going to be starting, him or Carr. But just saying, there's a big possibility we're going to be looking at some weapons. And we know John Gruden loves his offense. So I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb. Mike, who you got?
I also have receiver, but I'm going with Henry Ruggs, probably one of the most dynamic playmakers in the draft at the receiver position. Fantastic speed. You just got to get the ball in his hands and watch him work. I think he's a weapon that could take the Raiders' offense to the next level.
I would not be opposed to that. If we also got Henry Ruggs, I would love that very much. Teran, who you got?
I also got Henry Ruggs as well. This one is kind of interesting because, you can make the argument that they could take Jerry Jeudy if he's available or CeeDee Lamb, but I got Henry Ruggs. You can, again, it's tough to say which wide receiver is better, but the Raiders definitely do need a wide receiver. Sure, they have Hunter Renfro and Tyrell Williams, but I think Ruggs, Lamb, or Jeudy would definitely help give Carr or Mariota some help at the receiver position. So that's my pick. But that said, the Raiders offense actually has promise. I can't believe I'm saying that since I'm a Chargers fan, but it depends on it's going to depend on if the Raiders actually go with the ones that they actually think are best for them.
I'll tell you, that is I like that. And overall, I think we can make a decent run. And even if we got Ruggs, that's still a good pickup. Mike, who's everybody got, man?
Well, by the combined powers of me and Teran, Henry Ruggs was the pick. Because, again, multiple different receivers here, but Henry Ruggs was the only one to get multiple votes. Interesting factoid, one person actually put in a vote for Tua Tagovailoa to go pick number 12 to the Raiders.
Interesting.
I can see that happening.
Me either. I don't see that happening. But if he did,
so I said I can see that happening. Considering it is possible because if the Chargers and Dolphins pass on him, the Panthers don't need a quarterback. The Cardinals don't need a quarterback. Neither do the Jags. Well, maybe the Jags. Maybe the Jets. Maybe the Browns, but I don't think those teams would want to take him. 7 through 11 don't need a quarterback, so I think the Raiders could draft Tua, but it's still a reach.
Yeah, well, it's a possibility. And Marcus, Marcus says here, we all know Derek Carr's going to start. I don't know. If he does, he does. I love him. He's a great player, great athlete, good man, into God. He's a great person. But he hasn't had the best last couple of years. And at the end of the day, once again, guys, I keep on saying it over and over. It's a business. It's a business. If Mariota comes in and gets the job, then hey, I'll stand behind him. I'll stand behind whoever. But once again, I just gotta know that I just want to see some wins. So he's the Raiders. You never draft a wide receiver in the first round. Never. Well, they're gonna be pissed off at me right now because I have Henry Ruggs going to the 49ers. Why would you say that I have him there? Wow. Because why not? You guys don't need freaking any. The gosh damn offensive line is monstrous as can be. You had so many defensive linemen, you can trade one and still have a pretty damn good defensive line. Your linebackers are stacked as crap. You have an amazing secondary who is very, 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 very good. You have three, not one, not two, but three gosh damn running backs that are just absolutely phenomenal. Your big boys up front are doing a great job with the offensive line, and you have a quarterback who is seriously just following the train of great quarterbacks in San Francisco. I mean, maybe not in a row, but let's just say there was two really, really good quarterbacks there, 80s and 90s, just saying. But overall, guys, why not? You got Debo. You got Debo there. You have a freak of nature wide receiver. You could add another guy that's just like him. Okay, I'm serious. Why not? Maybe not identical, but why not? I just think he'd be a great pickup there. So, Mike, what you got?
Well, I also have a receiver, but I happen to have CeeDee Lamb, the one guy who hasn't been taken. Yep, I went three receivers right in a row here. Very talented receiver. Works well, I think, with the guys they have, Pettis and Deebo Samuel. I think just really talented, great playmaker in college, and I think he's got the skill set and the physical tools that will translate to the NFL.
I completely agree. Marcus says, we need a tackle or a safety. Well, I think you guys got a pretty good team regardless. But hey, he's the diehard guy, so who would you pick? Go tell us who you want, Marcus. In the meanwhile, Teran, who you got, man?
So I've got. Marcus is going to be pissed when he hears this. I've got CeeDee Lamb also going to the 49ers. Now here's the thing. This one was tough for me considering the 49ers are a very complete team. However, another wide receiver wouldn't necessarily hurt them, and maybe they can use them as trade bait. And Marcus did say in the chat room that they will trade the 13th pick. That wouldn't be a bad idea, but for purposes of we don't want to have trades in this mock draft. We're not going to have the 49ers trade that pick. So I have CeeDee Lamb drafted as a wide receiver. Maybe he'll develop, and maybe he'll be just as good as Emmanuel Sanders. So sorry, Marcus. I have the 49ers drafting wide receiver in the first round.
Yeah. All of us do. Mike, make my day and say that everyone picked a wide receiver for them too.
Marcus, you might want to cover your ears, buddy.
Oh my gosh!
5 out of 6 people have the 49ers selecting a wide receiver with the 13th overall pick. 3 votes went to CeeDee Lamb, who ended up being the pick. 2 other votes went to Henry Ruggs.
This is great.
I think I know who didn't pick a wide receiver.
Who was your guess?
Who could that be? Who could that be?
No, Jess actually picked Henry Ruggs. No, it was Jonathan. He had them taking offensive tackle Mekhi Becton, which I think would actually be a pretty phenomenal pick.
That would be a good pick too. And I think now Marcus and Jonathan are really cool.
Yes, I think they're best friends now.
I think so too. So, with that said, real quick, scam the chat room real fast. This is going to be fun. Let's see here if Marcus is pissed off. He says, my ears are burning. And then Teran, LMAO, awesome. Gentlemen, this is hilarious, man. Oh my god. Moving on, okay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who are they gonna select? Well, we already know they have a quarterback who's kind of in my opinion, the greatest ever, but he's 43. Yeah. Do you want to protect him? That might be smart. But I don't think they're gonna do that. I'm sorry. They have a decent offensive line. It's not that bad, but overall, and they just got Gronk, okay? So, look, overall, and they have Cameron Brate there, too, okay? And, okay, let's not forget, too, okay, they have Mike Evans, too, so they just have a great team. Well, pretty good offense now. Now they got Brady there. Overall, guys...
And Chris Godwin.
And Chris Godwin, yes! Ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Tampa might want to look defense. And who's a great player who I think is up and coming, who can really... I could think he'd be a day one starter, guys. I'm going to go safety. Xavier McKinney out of Alabama. That's what I'm going to say, and that's what I'm going to stick with. Who you got, Mike?
Ooh, I'm just going to say ooh to your pick really quick. All right, well, so I do think Tampa needs to go protection, and that's mostly because I actually looked at their roster before making this pick, and they don't have a right tackle. Not that they don't have, they've got some inexperienced options. No, they legitimately, do not have a right tackle. Like, if they were to start the season, they'd have to, convert a guard, I think, to right tackle. So they need some offensive line help here. And so I have one offensive tackle of the top four left. That's Mekhi Becton. Now, I really like Becton. I really do. I think he's an excellent athlete, and I think he's another guy who you might look left tackle down the road. But I'm a little bit concerned about his weight. Weighed in at 364 at the combine. All three of us have thrown out different numbers. That much weight is going to put a lot of wear and tear on those knees and ankles really quickly. When you look around the league, a lot of the top offensive linemen, actually all of the offensive linemen, I don't think a single all-pro weighed more than, I think, 340 pounds. On the offensive line last year. I might be a little bit off on that. But very few offensive linemen get that big. So I think he actually needs to clean up that weight a little bit before he can be a really impactful player. But definitely a day one starter at right tackle.
He's definitely got the girth. And I mean, think about it. Jonathan Ogden was 405 pounds out of UCLA. We went to the Ravens. He was a big boy. He had a good career.
But he did trim down. He did come down a little bit from that.
He did trim down. He absolutely did. So I agree. Teran, who you got for us, man?
So I've got Jedrick Willis going to the Buccaneers, and let me tell you why. Because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a walking statue at quarterback. Yes, Tom Brady fans, I said it. The Buccaneers' quarterback is a walking statue, and they needed all the help on the offensive line as much as possible. So picking Willis would be the most logical choice. They have great potential, but Brady's getting up there in age. Gronk is coming off of a season where he didn't play, and it wouldn't be. I don't see the Buccaneers winning the Super Bowl next year. Believe it or not, I'm throwing that hot take out there, but I just don't see it happening this year. Maybe next year, but it all depends on if Tom Brady's willing to play. I mean, he still has 2 years left. So,
guys, I don't know. I completely agree. And by the way, Jess knows. Jess put that's right, and she tagged me in it because I do agree. I think you guys watched. I love it. I love Henry Ruggs going to the Niners. I do. So I think that's a great. I think she's talking about that, but that's awesome. So with that said, let's go ahead and see what the rest of the. Let's see. Let's go chat room first, and let's see who all these cats in here are taking. Let's see here. Ashton says, "Is that the guy that says loves food?" That's cold-blooded, man. Why you gotta say that, Ashton? Why you gotta say that for, man? Becton's a big boy, I know, but I think that's what he's talking about, but I don't know if he said that or not in the press conference or something like that, but he's a big boy. Anyway, regardless, who do we got with the Bucks, Mike?
So 5 out of the 6 voters picked an offensive lineman, and the majority went with, and he was the last one of the 4 still on the board in the group total, Jedrick Wills. The 6th pick, interestingly enough, and this is an interesting pick indeed, they picked Penn State defensive end Yetur Gross-Matos with this selection, so that would be interesting as well.
That's actually a good pick, Mike. I like that kid. He's violent. I like the way he plays defensive end. He's got my vote. I love that. He plays very well.
By the poll, he actually ends up going way later in our group mock. He does go in the first round, but he goes way later.
Good pick, though. Definitely a good pick. So, next up, we have a trade here via the Broncos. And we'll have also... the trade here, and we have the Dolphins. So, with that said, I'm going to say the Dolphins 15th overall pick. This is where I think Andrew Thomas goes. Why? Well, because, gosh damn it, why not? I mean, they need everything. They seriously need almost everything you can think of. So, why not start with protecting the guy who's throwing the ball? I mean, that's really all there is to it. I know we got some Fitz magic happening. I know all kinds of crap is happening over there. The Dolphins have just all kinds of awkwardness happening, but for some crazy reason, they were actually decent half of their games last year. Maybe give a little more time to Fitz? I don't know, but there's a big possibility, guys, that the Dolphins could pick somebody this year that could maybe help them just a teeny bit more. I'm not saying a lot. Trust me, I'm not. But maybe this is a step in the right direction. So, Mike, what you got?
Well, first of all, Larry, I'm going to call you out by breaking the rules on no trades. We agreed no trades, sir, and you got to come in here and you're going to make a trade for the 15th overall pick. So, boo to you.
Cheater, pumpkin eater.
Absolutely, Teran.
I'm sorry.
I actually have this guy slipping a touch just because his combine wasn't great. And I think without a pro day, I don't think he had a pro day. I think it got canceled. He hasn't been able to recover some momentum. I have Javon Kinlaw going here, slipping just a touch to 15th overall. But I think he would be an amazing addition to that defense that did just lose Derek Wolfe in free agency, and they haven't gotten a ton out of some of their recent draft picks. So I think you put him in the middle there with Bradley Chubb and Von Miller on the edge. That's a pretty nasty defensive line in a division where you have to get after a one Patrick Mahomes.
I agree, and I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. But I definitely agree with that. So, next up, Teran, who you got?
I got the Broncos selecting Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver. The Broncos need help when it comes to receivers because of their boy Drew Lock. You know, they have great running backs, you know, which could work as two-way players. But, you know, I just think that they need more help when it comes to receivers. You know, they have some good tight ends as well, but, you know, wide receiver-wise, they need some help. ASAP. But, you know, so that's who I got. You know, as crazy as that sounds, you know, as crazy as Jerry Jeudy slipping all the way to 15 sounds, you know, I just think that would be ideal for the Broncos to select Jeudy.
I think that'd be a good pick. That's actually a pretty good pick. Who you got, Mike? I mean, who's everybody got?
Well, so this was the first pick in the mock where everybody picked somebody different. 6 unique picks across the board. I actually ended up. I actually had a plan in place for randomly selecting, but I actually went with Teran's pick of Jerry Jeudy here because he was the best player of the group selected, and everybody else actually had him picked before this spot. But, by the rule of law, he didn't end up going. So I defaulted to Jerry Jeudy for this spot.
That's actually a pretty good pick, though. I think that would be a very good pick as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If he's still on the board, it would be an amazing pick. But like I said, everybody had him gone long before this spot. So.
It's so true. It's so true. And I just happen to look right now at the chat room, and Marcus says, the nerve of you to me. The nerve of you, Larry B. Well, thank you. And then Ashton's jumping in here, too. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. I know. One of the mock drafts I was looking at, I think I messed up and actually put, because I look at a good amount of mock drafts to kind of just see where they think, and then I measure up what I think with the Pro Bowl, with the Senior Bowl and everything. So I think I screwed up and kind of just put them there accidentally and kind of forgot that it was a trade. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. So one of the drafts I was looking at probably had that happening. So my apologies, everybody. But with that said, doing so much at once. Oh my gosh! But okay, so we got an hour. We got 1 hour to go, and we got to get through literally half the draft. So guys, let's go hyperspeed here. Let's try and go to about 3 minutes apiece, and let's do this thing here. So, with that said, pick number 16, the Atlanta Falcons. There's no other way around it. I'm going, let's see here. Where am I at? Oh, yeah, Clevon Chason, man. This guy is amazing. Monster out of LSU. He's done great things. You can see how many great things he's done. He just won national championship, guys. This guy is NFL ready, and I think he's going to get to Atlanta and really help out. I mean, he's done a lot. He really has done a lot at LSU. We had recently going to Atlanta. What's his name, guys? The young man out of UCLA a couple years ago, defensive end.
Oh, Takaris McKinley?
McKinley, yes, Takaris McKinley, he's there. Guys, I think that Atlanta could be going pass rusher, and honestly, why not? They're in a division where there's a whole bunch of really good quarterbacks, so you might want to get after those guys. So that's what I'm going to take. Who you got, Mike?
I have cornerback C.J. Henderson out of Florida. Atlanta needs to replace Desmond Trufant, and he's probably the best corner on the board after Jeff Okuda. He's got great physical tools. Maybe a bit raw, maybe needs a little bit of coaching up a bit, but I think long-term that's a good pick for them.
That's actually a pretty good pick. I like it. That's actually really good. I like that, Mike. I can't really say anything about that. That's actually pretty damn good. Who you got, Teran?
I have C.J. Henderson going to the Falcons as well, because the Falcons' defense leaves a lot to be decided. And again, they're in a division where, they're facing a loaded Tampa Bay team, a loaded New Orleans team, and a somewhat on the rise Carolina team as well. So their defense needs to be bolstered. Otherwise, we're going to have to send a search and rescue team out for them.
Oh, not the search and rescue team.
Oh, not that search and rescue team.
You guys crack me up. So, really good round here. Mike, who's everybody got going?
So this pick was actually a tie between Henderson and Chason, which was fascinating because that's all of our picks. So I decided this by old-fashioned coin flip, and C.J. Henderson won. So C.J. Henderson was the pick.
Wow! So literally everybody but me went C.J. Henderson.
So me and Teran did, and then Jonathan and Phil Jones picked Chason. Interestingly enough, Jess, I know you're in the chat room, Jess had Jeff Okuda still on the board here.
Whoa!
Which, if that happens, then Jess, I will royally bow down to you on Twitter, but that seems like a bit of a stretch, personally.
Yeah, he's too talented to not go that high, like to not go higher. I don't know. Once again, we'll still. I don't know. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know how he would fall that far, but good stuff though. Really, overall, everybody, that's a hell of a. I like that. That was a fun one right there. The Falcons, because the Falcons can go so many ways, can't they? The Falcons can go so many different ways. Like right now, they really can. So, all right. This pick here, let's go ahead and jump into the chat room, by the way. What do we got going on in here? One pick in front of my boys. Here we go. That's right. The Cowboys are coming, Ashton. So here we go. Pick number. Oh, well, can we roll on to the next one here? Thank you very much. Pick number 17. We have arrived. The Dallas Cowboys. Overall, guys, there's no way I'm not going to put this young man on this. They have a knack for getting pretty damn good DBs. And seriously, I think there's going to be another one on his way to Dallas. I'm going C.J. Henderson out of Florida to the Dallas Cowboys. I have to do it. He's so gosh damn talented, and if he slips that far, the Cowboys aren't stupid. They have McCarthy now, and McCarthy's a pretty good coach, just saying. Nothing against Garrett, sorry man, but I'm just saying, overall, he's a very good athlete. The guy is attentive. He has amazing closing speed. The guy can catch receivers. He's great in pursuit. He's a good tackler. He's an open field tackler, and that's not easy, guys. It's not. I remember last year when I was coaching, I play and coach, but one of the coaches said that the hardest thing to do in football is open field tackle, and I thought about it. I'm like, he's absolutely right. Like all these years, like I wouldn't have even said that, but because that's part of the game. But he's right though, because it's true. Open field tackles are hard to make. So Henderson's a good open field tackler, guys, and he's an SEC guy. I think he's a great pickup. So I think that's where he's headed, to the Cowboys. Who you got, Mike?
So I actually have these these picks flipped between you and me, Larry. I actually have Clavon Chason going to the Cowboys. So my logic here, so the Cowboys lost some defensive line talent in free agency, particularly on the interior. My guessing is they're probably going to have to use Tyrone Crawford a little bit more at defensive tackle than defensive end, which is going to free up some snaps for a real pin-your-ears-back pass rusher like I believe Chason will be. And I think you add that kind of weapon to your front seven, and it could make your defensive line really good. Plus, there are some weak offensive lines in their division with the Giants and the Redskins, so that's something that you should be able to exploit.
I can totally see that, too. That's also a very good pick. I'm very interested to see what Ashton's going to say in the chat room. So what do we got, Teran? Who you got?
I know Ashton wanted C.J. Henderson, but I'm going to give him a cornerback anyway and give the Cowboys Jeff Gladney because, the Cowboys defense also needs to be improved. Not as bad as the Falcons, but, they still can't afford to go 8-8.
That's interesting. Wow. Okay. So real quick, I want to know what leaned you in his direction.
Well, I was going to have C.J. Henderson going to the Cowboys, but I think the Falcons need all the help they can get at. And I thought, I feel bad for the Cowboys, so I'll give them the next best cornerback, one of the next best cornerbacks in Gladney. It was either him or Christian Fulton, which I'll be talking about in a little bit. You'll see. Gladney's
actually a pretty good player, guys. He played, of course, for TCU. Tough physical player, and overall, guys, I mean, he could actually very attribute as well. I didn't get to see a whole bunch of him in the combine. Couldn't even watch that day for the DBs. But let's see. Ashton says here, ready? Okay, says, but I also have to go with trading down to 20. Oh, to get someone 23-ish. Okay, so I could see us going Ruiz. Oh, the tackle, the big boy. But that's a trade back in my opinion. But with the loss of Frederick. So, okay, that makes sense. So I can see that too, them trading back. But overall, why not? If you can have a good DB, seriously, I think that'd be a good pickup. So, okay. So, Mike, who's everybody got, man?
So the majority pick here was actually safety Xavier McKinney. Got the majority vote here.
But you know what, though? Why not, though? I think we're all in the same ballpark here, that they need a DB, and they need to... I mean, the offensive line is monstrous. That offensive line... The offense is freakish already. So, make that defense better. They have a really good chance, guys. Going good there. So here was the trade. I think it was the CBS one. I traded Broncos and Miami. So, this is my trade now. I'm just going to stick with it. But it was Broncos for me, and Miami's the actual pick. But it was, this right here was Javon Kinlaw. And, of course, they have a beast there already. Okay. Which I think everybody knows who that is, in Von Miller out of Texas A&M. But why not add another piece? This defense already has Wolf. They are a very good defense. Overall, guys, the Broncos could be kind of scary with another monster there, and they do run that 34 defense, so I'm just saying, there's a big possibility they could be leaning this way. I'm going to say Javon Kinlaw out of South Carolina heads on over to the Broncos, and that was my trade once again with the Dolphins. So this is the actual Dolphins pick. My apologies. So what do you guys? Who do you guys have going to the Dolphins?
So I actually have Austin Jackson, offensive tackle out of USC, going to the Dolphins. A little bit of a project guy. Hasn't been starting didn't start a ton of games in college, but he's got the size, the length, the athleticism, everything you want in a future left tackle. It just needs a little bit of development.
And you know what? That's actually a very good pick right there. I like that a lot. Teran, who you got?
So I've got Xavier McKinney going to the Dolphins because, again, the Dolphins defense needs to improve. I could also see the Dolphins taking a quarterback, but, to me, I think the Dolphins have always just been a doormat when it comes to getting scored on. I mean, remember what happened against the Ravens and the Patriots the first time around? The Dolphins got beaten so badly by both those teams that players wanted the players' agents wanted them to get traded or to be released. So that's why I have Xavier McKinney going to the Finns.
Well, overall, guys, I think that's actually a pretty damn good pick up there. So, all right, Mike, who's everybody got?
So this was another split vote across the table. The pick actually ended up being safety Grant Delpit out of LSU. So defensive back still, but Grant Delpit ended up being the choice. Interesting.
I wonder. Wow. You know what? Overall, though, he is a pretty good player. Though, honestly, I couldn't sit here and reject that too much. So, okay, and the tweet did not get sent out. How did that happen? Great. Well, I've been doing a good job at tweeting, and here's my first blip of the night. So, my apologies, everybody. Let's go ahead and get back to this dang tweet. And I think, did it send? Did it not send? Did it send? Did it not send? And I think we're good. Oh, no wonder I doubled up on the Cowboys accidentally. Whoopsies, my apologies. Okay, I was doing so good, and then I messed up.
Come on, man.
I know.
Come on, Larry B.
All right, so who we got? Okay, one more time, Mike. Who was it?
It was Grant Delpit.
Yes. Okay, Delpit. That's who it was. Okay, cool. That's what everybody pretty much got, and of course, Teran.
Yeah, I got Xavier McKinney.
It's right, Xavier McKinney. Okay, sorry, but that was a couple seconds ago. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that was really awkward. My apologies, everybody. But okay, so off to the next pick.
Uh-oh.
Okay. We got 50 minutes. We got a good amount of time. Okay, I have to say something real quick, guys. Have to say something. Okay. The biggest part about this offense for the Raiders is the fact that Gruden is that guy who wants to put up 1 million points. We know that. Defensively, we need a lot of work. That entire defensive line, except for 2 guys, I think they all got to go. Linebackers, I wouldn't keep anybody. DBs, I would keep like maybe 1. That's about it. I'm not happy with what I saw last year. I'm extremely pissed off, and I just don't feel like we have a solid team at all. You better believe I want to go DB. But John Gruden's not letting me go DB, guys. I want a DB so bad. I really do. But unfortunately, and I say that meaningfully, unfortunately, overall, guys, I don't see that happening. I see John Gruden going buck wild, okay, and just pulling the trigger on any offensive guys he can get. With that said, I don't know what people are going to say about this, and if you say something negative, okay, I get it. But there's a big possibility that... What is this in the chat room I'm reading right now? Ashton says, I like Gladney, Teran, but I think he could still be that 23. Absolutely. No, I completely agree. But... overall, guys, like I said, I want a DB. We need a DB. But the John Gruden, not in me, but the John Gruden on the Raiders isn't going to let a DB happen. Which is why I have the Raiders at the 19th overall pick selecting wide receiver out of LSU, Justin Jefferson. I'm so serious. Guys, I'm so serious. Guys, I'm so serious. I'm serious, okay? One more time. I'm serious. Why? Because it's John Gruden, guys. He's not going to be able to help himself. You're telling me right now, if you have an offensive guru that's just sitting there like, okay, what do we need? Okay, we may have some DBs. No, well, we just got a good receiver a couple picks ago. Oh, no way. Justin Jefferson's there. He's really good. What do we do? Honestly, guys, I seriously do think, okay, one more time, seriously, I do think we're going to be taking a wide receiver, another one, to build this offense, and I have a feeling it's going to be Justin Jefferson. So, have fun. I don't know what you guys are going to say about that, but I had to blow that up because it just seems like a John Gruden thing to do. Mike, who you got?
Well, I'm actually more impressed that you actually had to stop in the middle of that, Larry, and police the chat room. I think that was the funnier moment there than you picking a second receiver for the Raiders. I have them going with the defensive back. I know. You don't think it's going to happen, but, it makes the most sense. I'm going with what makes sense here. Cornerback Christian Fulton out of LSU. He actually reminds me a lot of Tre'Davious White from Buffalo. Which would be a phenomenal result if that's who he ended up being. But his size, his physical tools, he's been hyped up for a while now. He's been playing at LSU for a few years, getting some good experience. I think he is a guy who could be a good day one starter for the Raiders.
That would be a great pick. Oh my gosh. If we got Christian Fulton, that guy is a good athlete. He is a very good athlete. He's very attentive. He's a hell of a tackler. That guy can tackle an open field. He is a very good player. And I would love to have him. I think he would really help us out. But once again, I mean, you get my logic, Mike, right? You get it.
Yeah, I get your logic, and interestingly enough, Phil Jones actually has similar logic. He has the Raiders double-dipping on receivers as well.
Mm-hmm. It's John Gruden. That's like me being a head coach. Well, we need a wide receiver, but oh my gosh, there's another end. You see what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, but like, if you see what you like, I mean, John Gruden doesn't care. He doesn't care if he puts, like I told you, he's a guy that'll put up 1,000 points. He don't care if he gives up 995, in my opinion. Okay, maybe he does. I don't know. But that's because him. Me, I don't really care. I mean, if we can score 20 points, 21 points, great. I don't want anybody to score over 7. You know what I mean? Like, that's me. So it's just different philosophy. So, Teran, who you got?
I also have Christian Fulton going to the Raiders just because the Raiders need a cornerback. Now, here's the thing with the Raiders. The Raiders obviously have Isaiah Johnson, but and Phil Jones kind of called me out on it. But a few other people replied to Phil in regards to that, and he said one fan said, "Nope, we need a good third cornerback." Remember, the Chiefs play with 4 wide receivers, so you can go obviously 2 wide receivers, but I think a corner would be pretty solid for the Raiders as well. And remember, they play in a division, a high-powered offensive division, which is home to Kansas City. And, the Chargers are also bulking up on their receivers as well with Henry, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, just to name a few. So that's why I have Fulton going to the Raiders.
Well, that is a great pick. And honestly, he's not going to be there the next round. And because I have him going the very next pick. I have him on his way to Jacksonville. With the 20th overall pick, I do have Christian Fulton heading on over to Jacksonville because why not? They need all kinds of stuff. But once again, they need some kind of defense as well. The offense is coming together a little bit. I think they would address that early. But overall, guys, I think the corner would make the most sense. And I think Fulton would really do a good job in Jacksonville. So who you got, Mike?
Are we jumping to Jacksonville's pick, or do we want the group?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I looked at the freaking time right now. I was like, okay, crap. But yeah, go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry about that, man.
So by the combined powers of me and Teran, Christian Fulton ended up being the pick. But Larry, I do want you to become the Raiders head coach someday, so that I can see you manage to start 7 defensive ends.
Mike, it would be a gosh damn field goal block out there every freaking play out. That would be my play right there. That would be me all day. Like, that's it. Where are the DBs? We don't need any. We're gonna run exactly. We're gonna run 7 DBs and 3 linebackers. I don't care. Like, that's all there is to it. Like, we're shutting everyone. No one's throwing the ball on us at all. Like, that's it. Like, literally, no one can throw the ball like in your face that fast. Yeah, I would do that. Look at Marcus in here. The nerve of you guys. 2 wide receivers in the first round. 2. I know, Marcus. It's John Gruden we're talking about, Marcus. It's John Gruden. He'll do that, I think. So, just saying. All right, so next up, Jacksonville Jaguars. As I said, I think Christian Fulton going there. Good pickup. Who you got, Mike?
I also have a corner as well. I have Trayvon Diggs from Alabama. Big, tall cornerback, long perimeter guy. Should be a nice addition for them.
Very good player. I really like Trayvon Diggs. You're right. Big, long, lanky player. Tough. Very tough guy. He's like a very, very good player. So good pickup there for them if they were to draft him. So who you got, Teran?
So I've got Grant Delpit going to the Jaguars just because, the Jags defense needs to improve. I don't need to bring up how the Chargers scored 45 points on them last year. And also, they need to get back to their old Saxonville days. In the past, they used to be called Saxonville. Now, this time, they're known as the sack of potatoes because their defense can't do much. So that's what I got. I don't know if Delpit would be the best choice, but, that's what I've got.
Well, as we said earlier, Delpit's just a good player, guys. He won a national championship. He has all the parts you need to be a successful corner, I believe, in this league, and that's a very good pick. I think that'd be a very good pick for them as well. So, okay, so moving on to the 21st overall pick. We're making good time. We got 40 minutes left here in the show. So here we go.
Group pick, Larry.
Group pick. Sorry, I know, guys. As you can see, I'm in like hurry up mode right now, guys. I'm sorry. I just look at the time. That's it. But all right, what we got, Mike?
So this was the strangest pick of the first round. By like a series of rules, this pick actually ended up being a linebacker Kenneth Murray from Oklahoma. So that was fascinating how that worked out.
Kenneth Murray is actually a really good, solid linebacker, though. I can see that happening. Combine-wise, looked great. Overall, guys, I don't know what his numbers were, but he's a hell of a linebacker. So I can totally see him going there as well. Really great pick. Really, really, really good pick there by the entire group. And that could really help out this Jacksonville Jaguars defense for sure, because they're going to need some help on that gosh damn defense. That's all there is to it. So, with the 21st overall pick, I have here the Philadelphia Eagles, and this one is short and sweet, guys. There were two beasts at Auburn this year on the defensive line. One we got going way earlier, and the next one's name is Marlon Davidson. I got him out of Auburn going over to join Fletcher Cox on the defensive line to play on the Eagles. Who you got, Mike?
I have a wide receiver, Justin Jefferson. Look, this team dealt with so many injuries at wide receiver. They moved on from Nelson Aguilar. They're going to want to add some bodies just to avoid that situation. So I have them taking a really talented receiver in Justin Jefferson.
Honestly, you know what, man? That's actually a really good pick. Justin Jefferson, I just talked about him earlier. A very good pick. You can't say enough about that guy. He really does have a lot of... He's talented. He's tougher than crap. Very good athlete. So overall, guys, I can see that. I can totally see that happening. So Justin Jefferson for Mike here. And let's go ahead and get on into Teran.
Yeah, I've got Justin Jefferson as well, considering, they lost Nelson Aguilar, and, Zach Ertz can't catch everything himself. The only thing he cannot catch is a cold. That would not be ideal for the Eagles. But, Justin Jefferson would be definitely ideal for Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz needs all the receivers and help he can get because, basically, the Eagles are good, but, they're good in their division, but are they good enough to win the Super Bowl? That still remains to be seen. Considering they've lost a lot has gone on since they last won the Super Bowl in 2018.
Which seems like is it just me or does it seem like it was forever ago they won that thing?
It seems like a decade ago.
Ages.
It does, and it's hilarious.
Hey, I call that Teran. Hey now.
You guys. So with that said, before we take a look at the chat room, let's not, so I don't skip them this time, the group. Who we got, Mike?
Well, this was actually as close to a unanimous decision as you could get at this stage in the draft. 3 votes, 3 out of 6 for Justin Jefferson. So Justin Jefferson was the pick.
I can see that, though. He is a very talented player, and like I said, if the Raiders don't pick him up, I can totally see him going to the Eagles. You're right. No more Nelson Aguilar. They parted ways. They're gonna find their guy, and they're gonna do what they gotta do to get him. So yeah, let's see here. So I just want to make sure we have some fun in the chat room. Okay, no one said anything just yet. I know. Look at all the wide receivers there, Marcus. You mad? He's kidding. All right. So next up, 22nd overall pick. Well. Now we're cooking with some gas now, y'all. We're on it now. So here we go. Moving on over To the next pick in this draft, the 22nd overall pick, we have here the Minnesota Vikings. So, real quick about the Vikings, this team, they just let go of Laquan Treadwell. They figured, he was done. The young man out of Ole Miss, what was that, 3-4 years ago? So I don't know. Jefferson, if he were to fall to them, I think they would take him, personally. But he's a very, he's a good player. But will they go wide receiver? The defense has not been crap the last couple of years. I mean, it's been almost laughable. I'm sorry to say it like that, but I mean, seriously, from what they were to what they are now, and just a couple of years later, 3 years ago, guys, I had the Vikings freaking in the Super Bowl, or like in the NFC Championship. 2 years ago, I had them, or 3 years ago, I didn't know that they came out of nowhere. 2 years ago, I had them in the NFC Championship. 1 year ago, or however this was, 2 years ago, it was like, okay, what the hell happened to you guys from the year before? Last year, I was like, I'm not expecting anything, and didn't expect anything. And this year, it's like, the defense still sucks, so I'm not going to even take them serious. So, overall, I think they can use some help, especially at the corner position. I'm going to say Jalen Johnson out of Utah. We get to see this guy in the Pac-12 all year. I know you know who I'm talking about, Teran. He's very agile. He's a very good open field tackler. And overall, guys, the guy is just, he has a knack for football. If you watch him play football, he has a very good IQ. So overall, guys, I think he'd be a good pickup for the Vikings, and why not? A little help out in the right direction going with corner. Who you got, Mike?
So I actually have them going with the receiver to replace Stephon Diggs. I actually have them going with T. Higgins out of Clemson, a guy who's starting to lose a little bit of momentum as we get closer to draft night, but a very talented player who can make some good plays for them.
Higgins, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I can see that. I can see that happening as well. T. Higgins, he's a pretty damn good player. And overall, I mean, I don't know, would you call him the best left for wide receivers?
I think once you get past the top four, Judy, Ruggs, Lamb, and I pretty definitively put Justin Jefferson as the fourth one. It's up for debate whether you would go with Higgins or Denzel Mims, or perhaps Michael Pittman could get his name thrown in there. But I would say I would pick him, yes.
Well, he is.
But I think if you were to go Mims, Pittman, or maybe even Brandon Ayuk from Arizona State, any of those would be good.
Good pickups there, honestly, and yeah, why not? And the young man out of Clemson, he definitely knows, he has a knack for the ball, so good pickup there. Teran, who you got?
So I'm going to ruffle everyone's feathers and select for the Vikings Zach Bond,
yes,
rusher. You know their defense needs to improve because again they have a good defense, but good isn't going to win you the Super Bowls. Like they were lucky to get past the Saints. No offense, Vikings fans, but how far can they go against the Packers or the 49ers or even the Seahawks? Their defense needs improving. They need to get back to what they once were, being the purple people eaters, so that's why I have them going heavily defensively in this draft. So, that's just me, but, I think that's kind of their biggest cause for concern because, they play in the division where the Packers play. And, also the Lions are starting to improve offensively, I think. And, the Bears are starting to, the Bears are always a threat to them, so we'll see.
Overall, guys, damn it, Teran, that was, he was my dark horse. Bond's a beast, man, and just watching him in the Senior Bowl this year, I got a little bit more about him coming on up. Mike, how about that? How about all the picks? Who's everyone got?
Well, in the all picks, they actually went with Zach Bond. Teran's pick was the winner here. Interestingly enough, we're going back to Jess. Jess, I know you're listening. I'm calling you out again. Had Andrew Thomas still on the board here at 22 to the Vikings, which I thought was fascinating.
That is fascinating because I didn't see that. I couldn't see him dropping at all that far. Okay, that's crazy. Apparently, like I said, thanks to CBS, the mock draft, I had the Dolphins trade up to pick him. But absolutely good step there. You guys got me one pick before. Honestly, Bond's a freaking beast. Watching him in the Senior Bowl, I remember Bucky said that he was like, that was his sleeper, and I was paying attention even more. I didn't even see him all the season in college football, but he looked great in the Senior Bowl. He has a knack for the ball. He's a hell of a hitter, great up the field tackler, guy who can literally just fill the gaps. He's a great athlete, and overall, guys, don't forget, the Patriots have parted ways with Kyle Van Noy. So with the 23rd overall pick, I'm going Zach Bond to go to the Patriots. I think it's going to happen. I really do. Why not? That's a Belichickian kind of pick. He is a very good athlete. He's stout. I know they have quarterback issues and all that bit, but at the end of the day, well, if they can't score, or if the opposition has a hard time scoring, at least I can give Belichick and that offense some time to put some things together to try and get on the board. Which I won't insult him like that, Belichick. But I'm just saying, if they have problems there, well then, screw it. Fall on the defense and see how far they can take you. They did last year. They did pretty good. So who knows how that will go? But that's just my pick. Mike, who you got going to the Patriots?
Well, in addition to losing Kyle Van Noy, they also lost Jamie Collins at linebacker, which is why I also have them taking a linebacker, but I have them taking Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma, who I think would make a fine partner in the middle of that defense with Dante Hightower.
That would actually be a very good pickup there as well. So I like that. Good pickup. Who you got, Teran?
Larry, I'm going to need to ask you to sound the thunder if you can.
Oh, no. Who we got?
So, unfortunately, I've got, for the Patriots' 23rd pick, Justin Herbert.
Wow! I don't know why I felt like you picked him way earlier, but you didn't. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know how, but, I could see him slipping a little, considering, you never know what could happen. That's kind of my wild card pick. So, yeah, and the Patriots do need a quarterback, because Brian Hoyer is not the answer for them. But now this all depends on if the Chargers and Dolphins pass up on him, as well as everyone else previously. But, I could see Justin Herbert going to the Patriots, if not Jordan Love. I'm pretty sure Oregon fans are gonna stalk me and take my head, but honestly, Justin Herbert to the Patriots.
You said slip a little, Teran. From 5 or 6 to 23 is pretty damn big. I'm just saying.
Follows in the lines of Brady Quinn and Aaron Rodgers alike.
Wow. With that said, on to the 25th pick. I always played. Mike, I know.
There we go.
Who we got in the chat? Who we got in the picks, man?
So this was an interesting one because the majority pick was actually Justin Herbert. However, Justin Herbert is already off the board at number 6 to the Chargers. So this pick actually defaults to the next pick, which is Jordan Love.
Now that's something I could also see happening. I don't think I said. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think I also said the Patriots. I could see the Patriots skin in Jordan Love. That's what I have down on my notes, anyway.
Okay, well.
So here's how it happened, Larry. So Justin Herbert was the majority pick. He was off the board. And of the other 4 guys, the other 3 are also already off the board. So literally Love was the only player left.
This is crazy. But you know what? I saw that in a lot of mock drafts too. I think I was in the CBS one as well. But I'll tell you what, that it makes sense. I mean, they do need a quarterback. It's not like they don't. So I you know what? It makes total sense. What the hell? Go figure. So all right. So let's go ahead and get on to the 24th pick. We have the Vikings yet again.
Saints.
What was that?
Saints are next.
Oh, I'm sorry. The freaking Saints. Yes, I know why I had the Vikings here. Yes, it was the Saints. Yes, okay. And overall, guys, why not get crazy? I have the gosh damn, what do you call it? I have the Raiders taking 2 wide receivers. So why not another wide receiver? Yeah, I said it. I said it. How crazy would it be if Drew Brees got another weapon? Guys, I have no idea what the Saints are even thinking right now. Because if I had to be able to pick for the Saints right now, I wouldn't really know who to pick. Like, they have a lot of talent in a lot of places. But who can help them get over the edge? Well, this is going to seem a little crazy. Okay, just a little bit. But overall, guys, who do they have at running back? Come on. Alvin Kamara. Who else do they have at running back? Latavius Murray. Who else do they have at running back? I'm
sure I could come up with his name if I thought about it for a while. I think they've got a third guy, but nobody major.
I'm just saying, I would love to see...
Oh, Lord, here we go.
I would love to see 3 guys back there doing their thing. I don't think it's going to happen. But oh my gosh, seriously? The freaking offense, they have everything they need. Gosh damn it. Like, what else do you freaking want? Okay, defense, they could go defense. But overall, guys, they have an extremely talented running back tandem back there. And I'm not going to say they're going to pick him. But gosh damn it, if they were to pick him, I would love this. And that, of course, is running back out of Wisconsin, Jonathan Taylor. Now, I don't think they're going to pick him. I think he's actually going to slip to second round, which I hate to say that. But I do believe that they are going to take somebody on the offense. And this is going to be kind of crazy, but I don't really care. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Saints, their pick this year, I'm going to go wide receiver Chase Claypool out of Notre Dame. That's right. I said it. That's right. I know. It's crazy. But why not? Why not? Fuel the fire. Give Breeze another gosh damn weapon. Why not? Mike, who you got?
I'm actually going to defer to Teran here for a second because my pick's going to require a lot more explanation than his.
Oh, I'm going to have fun. Teran, go.
Teran. All right, so my pick for the Saints will be Kenneth Murray, linebacker. Now, this may sound cliche, but the Saints defense kind of needs to improve after that debacle against the Vikings, against Kirk Cousins, a.k.a. Mr. Can't win against can't win against teams that have a 500 or higher record. So, yeah, with how bad the Saints blundered last year, their defense needs to improve. It's kind of tough to speculate for the Saints considering they have a complete team, other than like maybe running back. They got wide receivers and Emmanuel Sanders and Thomas as well. Maybe they drafted a tight end, but then again, I think their bases are loaded when it comes to that. So either way, I think Kenneth Murray, he's another oddball pick for me, but, I got Kenneth Murray going to the Saints.
A good pick? Okay. I'm intrigued to hear this. Go ahead, Mike.
Alrighty, so like I said, this pick is going to require a lot of defending, but I think each of us have talked about it. The Saints have a pretty complete team, so why not make a pick that's a little wild, little out there, a little surprising, like it ruffles some feathers across the league. I have the New Orleans Saints taking quarterback Jordan Love.
Oh, shoot.
And here's my logic. Okay, so Drew Brees did sign a 2-year contract this offseason. That's true. But he's getting up there in age, and I think we started to see a little bit of his age this past year, so he really only has maybe one or that contract, and that's it. I don't think we're going to see Drew Brees more than 2 years from now. Now, they've got Taysom Hill as their backup, and that's all fine. However, he only has 1-year deal. He has a restricted free agent tender. And he's been very vocal about wanting to get a chance to be the guy somewhere, be a starting franchise quarterback. Now, this pick kind of hinders on the fact of whether New Orleans believes that he can be their franchise guy, or they don't. They think that he's just kind of a gimmick player, jack of all trades, versatile weapon, but not a true franchise quarterback. I'm leaning towards option B, and if that's the case, then New Orleans needs to find a guy who they can develop behind Drew Brees and eventually take over the job, and to me, that's Jordan Love.
You know what? That's a great pick. Because, it makes so much sense. At first, I was like, what the hell? But honestly, that makes a lot of sense. Actually does make a lot of sense.
I agree with that pick as well, Mike. That's actually a pretty solid pick.
Yeah, that's interesting. What the hell? I wouldn't think, but honestly, it makes a lot of damn sense. So, yeah, good job, Mike. All right, so I could totally see that happening. Who's the group taking?
The group actually takes quarterback Trayvon Diggs. This was actually a pretty straightforward one. He got the majority of the votes.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay. So next up here, where are we at, guys?
We are at the Vikings, 25.
25, that's right. Okay, we are at the Vikings. Sorry, guys. So now this is where I am saying that the Vikings get a little crazy, a little more creative, and this is where I think they fill the gap on defense. I'm going to say Brandon Ayuk out of Arizona State. The guy is a freaking monster. We got to see him all year long in the Pac-12. He's a great athlete, guys. Overall, he's a great athlete, and I could think he's going to do a lot of great things. I really think he's going to do a lot of great things in the league. And overall, going to the Vikings, I think that'd be a great start for him, and who knows, he could end up being a franchise player one day. I'm just saying that he has a lot of promise, and he seems like a really good, level-headed person. So overall, I got to go with Brandon Ayuk at 25. Who you got, Mike?
So I have the Vikings taking cornerback A.J. Terrell out of Clemson. Good player, very good athlete. They need a guy to replace Xavier Rhodes, whom they've moved on from, and so I think they go with Terrell.
Terrell's actually he's solid. He's really solid. Let's see, what was I gonna? I had something to say about him, but I'll probably think of it. So, all right, Teran, who you got going on, man?
So I have, for the 25th pick, I have Noah, I'm going to butcher his last name, Noah Igbinohune, who is a cornerback. Like I said, the Vikings defense needs to improve. Their defense is solid, but, solid doesn't win you championships. Against, like, the 49ers, their defense was not, like, great, and that's what they need, a great defense. They need the purple people eater defense. It's tough to imitate, but honestly, that's who I got.
You know what?
And he also has the best last name in the draft.
Exactly.
I know. You know what, guys? This is gonna sound hilarious right now. I'm sorry, because I'm doing the tweet at the moment, and I literally just got stuck. Who has his name right now? Because I'm trying to spell it.
Igbinoghene.
There we go. Yeah, he has a pretty awesome name. I've got to really learn this one because I think he could be a household name. I mean, Auburn had a decent year, guys. They weren't terrible. I mean, they weren't great, but they certainly weren't terrible. They had the SEC defensive player of the what do you call it? Of the year. Okay. And on top of that, there's another defensive lineman with Marlon, okay, there as well, who also I got going in the first round. And then this young man, Noah, I'm not going to butcher his last name. Overall, guys, Auburn showed a lot of promise. They got a lot of skilled players there. So overall, I mean, really, this is another good pickup, another good player coming out of Auburn this year who really could make a splash. And if he were to go to the Vikings, that's a very good pickup for them. And I would love to see them, make some moves on that defense. So really good stuff. And there we go. So Mike, who we got in the picks, man?
So the majority pick here is wide receiver Denzel Mims out of Baylor.
Baylor. Yeah, and Mims is actually really good. I like him. He is a very agile player. As you can see, I love the agile, like, tough dudes, because it's football, man. I can be freaking flashy. It's football. Gosh damn it. But, yep, Marcus says, here we go. I know, here we go. All right, so, at 26, it's those damn Dolphins. Again. For the third time. Looking like the Raiders right now. But overall, guys, this one's an easy pick for me. Another offensive lineman. Why not? Why not? You have nothing to lose. And if you have a steady offensive line, you could make even a mediocre quarterback good. I mean, let's just be real. So honestly, guys, I'm going to say Urza Cleveland out of Boise State. Big, tough, solid guy. Boise consistently has decent teams, and they produce pretty decent players. Overall, I think right now, with their current state, they're going to need a little more meat up front, and right now I just feel like if they're going to stick with Fitz, if they're going to make things happen on that offense with who they have, then you might as well just get a lot of protection for him, because if you don't, it could be really disastrous, and, well, at the end of the day, you could have a nice car, but if you don't have insurance, it's the law. I know it sounds funny, but, I mean, if you think about it, guys, that's kind of what it is. Miami needs to protect what they have if they're gonna run with what they have. So, yeah, anyway, so that's Urza Cleveland, big boy here out of Boise State. So, Mike, who you got?
So I actually have them going defense with their last pick in the first round. I have them taking defensive lineman A.J. Epinesa from Iowa. Had a rough combine, otherwise probably would be in the conversation for the second defensive end off the board. But I think he's a versatile guy. You can play him at end or tackle, and he gives them a nice creative piece to continue to bolster that defense, which has added a lot of talent this offseason.
Yeah, he's actually I got to see him too, of course, beat down my Trojans out of Iowa, and he is a hell of an athlete. That guy is a very good athlete, and that's actually a pretty good pick. I wouldn't have even thought about him, really, but good pickup for them if they were to go his way, and yeah, I think that'd be a pretty good pick. So, all right, Teran, who you got?
I have the Dolphins selecting Cesar Ruiz. Cesar Ruiz. So, yeah, another oddball pick, but, you know, I think he would fit well with the Dolphins. You know, the Dolphins surprisingly have 3 picks, so, you know, and I believe he's a center, so I think that would be ideal for the Dolphins, in my opinion. You know, we'll see. You know, guard, center, yeah.
Well, Ruiz had a pretty decent career at Michigan. I don't know. I feel like he can probably help out as well. I think we're thinking the same thing. The Dolphins need to protect what they have, and that's really what it comes down to. So good pickup though, Teran. I mean, good pick for them, Teran. All right, who we got in the overall pick, Mike?
So the overall pick goes to Cesar Ruiz. Gets the majority vote here.
And you know what? Why not?
Hey.
Why not? He's a good athlete. He really is a good athlete, and tough kid. So I think that could be a very good pick up there. So, all right, on to the next pick. Shoot, we got 13 minutes. Okay, we can do this, guys. We're almost there. Pick number 27. Who do we got? The Seattle Seahawks. Overall, guys, this is very simple for me. I'm not going to make this thing built up at all. They need to protect Wilson, because he's a great quarterback, and you don't want to get him smacked around. He has been hit hard the last couple of years. He hasn't had a lot of help. They need somebody to help them out, and that's really all there is to it. So, with that said, I am taking the big man out of Houston. I'm going with Josh Jones. Why? Because I think he's the best on the board left, and overall, they need to protect their gosh damn quarterback. That's all there is to it. So, all right, who you got, Mike?
Well, so I'm focusing on the kind of clouded situation they have with Jadeveon Clowney, so I think they actually go defensive side of the ball, and they go with defensive end guy we've mentioned already, Yetur Gross-Matos out of Penn State.
Once again, I love his He's agile as crap, man. So, very good pickup. Very, 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 very good pickup. Tough guy. He showed it in the combine. He just continues to show how good he is. So, yeah, good pickup there for the Seahawks to pick him up. So, all right, who you got, Teran?
I have Isaiah Wilson, Russell Wilson's long-lost brother. No, I'm just kidding. Isaiah Wilson going to the Seahawks just because, Russell Wilson needs protection. And even though Russell Wilson is mobile, it wouldn't hurt to give him any more protection because, again, the Seahawks play in one of the best divisions in the NFL, being the NFC West. And, if the Seahawks are going to win the NFC West, they're going to need to protect Wilson more than ever, because the 49ers are legit, as, Marcus has always been prancing and preaching about.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys, Isaiah Wilson would be he'd be a very good pick because he did a lot of great things at Georgia. Once again, Kirby Smart is showing how awesome he is, and that would be a pretty damn good pick there. So Isaiah Wilson, not a bad pick. Okay, Mike, who's the chat room taking?
First of all, I'd like to say that I would love it if Russell Wilson's long-lost brother was a 6'6", 350-pound offensive lineman. Somebody won the gene pool on that one. Interestingly enough, still on the board, the group has Clavon Chaisson still on the board here and going to Seattle at 27.
And you know what? That's actually not too bad. So next up, you know what? That's okay. I could totally see that too. So okay, so where are we at? Okay, we're coming up on 10 minutes, guys. So it's going to be kind of hyper. I might skip around a little bit, guys. My apologies. I'll get the rest of the picks here for the remainder. But let's go ahead and get on into the last 10 minutes here because the tweets are kind of slowing me down. So we got 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 to go. So let's get through these, guys, and we'll get these tweets up in a little bit. So Baltimore Ravens. Overall, they're going to, it's just in their nature, they need defense. They're a defensive team. They're going to need some monsters up front. And unfortunately for the Ravens, they've had a lot of interchangeable parts the last couple of years. And overall, a few have stuck, a few haven't. But I think the guy that could be around to stay is the beast out of Texas Tech. He, in my opinion, is the best linebacker left. And that is Jordan Brooks. Very tough, agile, very, very good player. Nasty first step. He flies around with the ball. He makes a lot of things happen. I think he'd do a great job in Baltimore. So that's who I will be taking for pick number 28 for the Ravens. Who you got, Mike?
I also have linebacker. I've got Patrick Queen out of LSU. A little undersized, but amazing athlete. He fits today's NFL.
I can see that. I can totally agree with that. So, okay, Teran, who we got?
So, this was another oddball pick, but I can't believe I actually have picked this guy. J.K. Dobbins, running back. I accidentally forgot to give the Ravens a reason why, but the Ravens are kind of a complete team. And I think, it's tough. I mean, their defense definitely needs to improve after that whole blunder against the Titans, but, I'm pretty sure Ravens will, go for the, on the defensive side. But, Dobbins is my pick. I can't chicken out against that.
I love he's like chicken out. No, good pick up there. Who's the majority taking, Mike?
Majority actually, for once, agrees with me, Patrick Queen.
Patrick Queen is a great player. You'll see where I got him going. Next up at 29, the Tennessee Titans. Well, this is where I have Yatir Gross-Matos going. Why? Because it's freaking who else is coaching the team, okay, than one of the best damn linebackers of the era, or of the, what do you call it, the 2000s? I guess, like the 2000s or whatever you want to call that. But yeah, you have a beast, Mike Vrabel, coaching this team. He's going to want his defense. And I think this is where you plug in Gross-Matos. I think he does a great job there. And I think he'll get in there and actually really help make this defense even more stout. Who you got, Mike?
I've got defensive lineman Ross Blacklock, ultra athletic, good guy who has enough length to be end or play tackle.
Very good athlete. I think he's a very good athlete, and that would be a nice pickup as well. Teran, who you got?
I'm going to go on your side, Larry, and pick. And I got Yetur Gross-Matos. The Titans' defense was really good, and and drafting him would make it even better. The only way they can get past the Chiefs' offense is to have a really good defense. As cliche as that sounds, and the rich get richer, and the Titans are going to get rich on defense. So.
I agree. I think that they're going to have a very, very, very tough defense, and overall the Titans I think are going to really stack up. So good pick there, Mike. Who's the majority taking?
The majority agrees with you, gentlemen. They've got Gross-Matos.
I think he's a good pick. That's right. Next up, we have at 30. All right, we're going to make the time, guys. We have 7 minutes to go. We have the Green Bay Packers at pick number 30. And this is where I got Patrick Queen going, guys. He's a tough, agile player. He just won national championship. The Packers, they need somebody next to Blake Martinez. I think he can be that guy. And honestly, that 34 defense is going to be really nice to see them playing better defense and helping out Aaron Rodgers a little bit on that damn offense. So I got Patrick Queen going on over to Green Bay. Who you got, Mike?
I've got wide receiver Denzel Mims, adding a nice, tall, athletic weapon for Aaron Rodgers to throw to.
I can see that. That's actually a very good player as well. Who you got, Teran?
Yeah, I also, too, have Denzel Mims because, Aaron Rodgers needs more offensive options after Randall Cobb went to Houston. Randall Cobb went to the Cowboys, then he went to Houston. So, either way, Aaron Rodgers needs more offensive potential.
Good pickup, and that would be nice. Next up, we have the Super Bowl, of course. The team who came up short, the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs to end us out. So, first things first, 49ers. Overall, guys, I know they just let go of DeForest Buckner. And overall, guys, I honestly think that they're going to go and try and fill that gap with somebody younger, somebody to replenish. And, who better than Ross Blacklock? Freaking total beast. Very good player. Very attentive, and overall, he's very violent in the middle. So, overall, why not? They can add him in and see what he can add to this defensive line. I think it's a great pickup. Michael, you got?
So, I actually have them going with the offensive line here. I have them going with Isaiah Wilson, a guy we've talked about. Somebody who can actually have him coming in and starting at guard right away before eventually transitioning out to tackle.
That would be a good pickup as well. I would like that for the Niners as well. Who you got there, Teran?
I have the 49ers selecting Jake Fromm. No, I'm just kidding.
You better
I have the 49ers picking Neville Gallimore because, the 49ers need to boost their defense. Obviously they're a complete team, but, you can never go wrong with too much good defense. So that's what I've got.
Me too. I think that would be a very good pickup as well. But I'm going to go with Ross Blacklock. And the final pick of the the final pick of the first round, that is, the 32nd overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is my curveball of the day. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. The rich get richer. I think they're going to take Michael Pittman out of USC. Yes, I said it. Mike, who you taking?
I actually have them going with cornerback Jeff Gladney. I actually wasn't turned on to him until I saw Teran's mock, and he had him going all the way up. And I was like, oh, who's this guy? I got to check him out. Pretty skilled player. I like him. I think he's going to be a good player in the pros. I think that he's going to be a good player wherever he goes. Teran, who you got?
So Marcus actually hit the nail on the head in the chat room. I have a running back going to the Chiefs, and that happens to be DeAndre Swift. Even though the Chiefs have a lot of running backs, it does give them a safety net for Damian Williams and DeAndre Washington, Darrell Williams, and Darwin Thompson, just to name a few. So, that's just me.
I can see that, and that'll be a pretty dang good pickup. So, nice work there. And that is going to do it, y'all. One more pick, and that is the majority. Mike, who we got?
So I'm going to catch up because we actually skipped through them a little bit here.
Oh, sorry.
So 30 for Green Bay was Michael Pittman, wide receiver.
I like it.
31 for the San Francisco 49ers was actually Ross Blacklock.
Mm-hmm.
And that one I literally rolled the dice to make the pick. And last pick, agreed with Teran, DeAndre Swift.
You know what? And those are all great picks. So with that said, believe it or not, guys, we are freaking up against the time. So you know what that means? We're going to roll the music and get on out of here. With that said, y'all, it has been a great show. Let's get ready for the outro. It's been a fun one, y'all. We got through every single pick of the first round. Jess says, was fun, great show. Jess, you're amazing, and that is why I'm going to put your name on that for Hall of Fame this year. She's our fan of the month from February, and she's amazing, and that just goes to show you she's a true diehard. So we love you, Jess, and thank you. For me, your boy Larry B, you can find me at the THEE_LB53 on Twitter. Follow us all as a whole on Twitter at iSportsRadio, on Instagram at iSportsRadio, and give us a like on Facebook at iSportsRadio as well. We certainly like that. Check out Check out iSportsRadio.com and get ready for many more great shows. We'll be live tweeting tomorrow's draft and having some fun there. Gentlemen, Mike, start us off. What's up, man? Where can I find you?
So you can find me on Twitter at MikePatt91. You can also go on to the iesportsradio.wordpress, iesportsradioblog.wordpress.com to check out some of our latest posts.
Alrighty, Teran, what's up, man?
You can find me on Twitter at Teran Rodriguez 1, Teran, and then my last name is Rodriguez with a G in it, and then the number 1.
Attaboy. You can find, of course, Let's Whine About Sports every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. You can find Mr. Teran Rodriguez, Set Point, Tuesdays, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can find me, your boy Larry B, on the Defining Moment, sporadically all over the network. And, of course, on 3 and Out. When we get back, we'll have a new time for y'all. I know, craziness. With that said, y'all, thank you to everybody in the chat room, to Mr. Marcus, to Mr. Ashton, to Miss Jess, to everybody listening today. We thank you all. We love you. As always, love to say, y'all, all glory to God. That's right, glory to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Well, nothing is possible. We will see y'all coming up next week for our post-draft show. And we're going to have a lot of fun. With that said, y'all, that will do it for tonight's show. We'll see y'all next week. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.